Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Islamic Calling podcast. We're joined again with brother MENJ. How are you, bro?
Walaikum salam warahmatullah. I wish I could say I'm fine, but I'm not because I'm just recovering from gout. I've been suffering from gout for the past 3 days. I've just started to move about now. And as you can see, my bed is in a mess because, that is where I've been basically spending the time for the past 48 hours or so. But no worries, but alhamdulillah, I'm getting better now. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So let's hope that, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you shifa soon. And
I consider this to be, as usual, all pain, diseases or whatever. This is all kafara, right? Kafara, so it's fine. Yeah, so Allah will of course use this. This will be used to to remove some of my sins. Okay, I don't need a man to die for my sins. All right. So in Islam, it's very straightforward, right? So inshallah, yes, I hope that this is part of kafara. Yeah.
You sure about that? I mean, you don't want David to die for your sins?
No, I don't need him to die for my sins. But if he wants to die for it, commit suicide, I think the world will be a better place without him.
I mean, imagine, wouldn't it be funny if we had this system where people just died for each other's sins and we just get to choose who it is? There'll be no Islamophobes left.
That sounds like Death Note to me, man. Have you watched the anime Death Note? It sounds similar to that, man.
Yeah.
Very similar to Death Note.
I did.
God. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? So basically, in case you guys don't know, today, me and brother MENJ are reacting to a very popular YouTuber. His name is Casey Neistat. So, bro, are you familiar with Casey Neistat?
To be honest, I've never actually heard of him until you sent me the video.
What?
I have no idea. I have no idea who he was until you sent me that clip. Yeah, really, I'm serious.
He has 13. He has like 14 million.
I know. When I saw the number of subs that he has, I was shocked because I have never heard of him before. I've never come across him. His videos has never appeared on my feed.
Oh my God.
It's amazing, and nobody has ever shared his videos with me. So it's amazing that how is that he could avoid he has not been under my radar for at all for the past
yeah, I mean,
to
be honest,
that I've been on YouTube.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's probably for the best because the guy recently became very Islamophobic, kind of. Not Islamophobic, but very pro-Zionist. Yeah.
But I'm curious to know why exactly is he famous for? I mean, there must be something that he's famous. Like for example, PewDiePie, PewDiePie, he's famous for his gaming. Like Mr. Beast, he's well known for his crazy games and donations. So what is this guy famous for?
Well, this guy is basically famous because of his vlogs. He's really good at making vlogs. So basically what he'll do, he's take a really good camera and shoot what he does throughout the day for like 10 minutes video or something like that. Like, for example, I watched some of his videos in regards to where he made a video where he basically went to this kind of like airports. So not airports, like airplanes. So and basically he reviewed those airplanes. It's kind of very interesting experience. So he goes to different airplanes.
So it's like a POV, first person view of someone entering the plane, is it?
He shows what you get in this airplane and stuff like that. So that was kind of entertaining.
That's why he's famous for.
And
but why is he suddenly talking about Israel? But why is he suddenly talking about Israel? Okay, all right.
He's Jewish, so I think that could be a factor. But there are other things. But before we get to that, I thought that maybe we could react to some funny videos regarding Israel and Palestine. Is that okay?
Good. Sure. Go ahead.
Because we still don't have that many people watching yet, so we can start watching some fun stuff.
Sure. Let's do something fun before we actually go into the main course of the day.
Sure. Did you watch this video?
I saw this. Yes, I did. I did saw this video. Yeah, it was funny, man. The poor guy went into his house and suddenly in a few days or hours he took over the whole house.
Yeah. So
it was funny.
You know what we could do? We could react to some of it. I don't know if yeah, we could react to some of it, and I could basically explain a little bit because I've read on it a little bit in regards to Palestinian history, so I could
Mm.
maybe explain some of it. So it could be a bit educational and it'll be fun, hopefully,
Yeah, of course, of
before you get
course,
to
of
the actual
course,
video.
of course.
So yeah, let's check it out.
This this is so this is so stereotyping Jews, man. This borders
No,
on anti-Semitism, man.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't like get
Yeah,
get his
this
video
this
taken
this
down or something,
yeah, I'm
because
surprised
yeah,
that he could get away with this because it's very this is stereotyping. Yeah, it's stereotyping Jews. You see, it's a bit
yeah,
borderline that you see, but I understand why he did this. It's just to
yeah.
portray.
I mean,
It's
I
just
mean,
for
I mean,
comedy effect.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's for comedy
to be
effect.
fair,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
So
Yes, it is.
he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
exactly saying like this is what like
yeah,
Jewish people are
yeah,
like.
yeah. It's just comedy.
And
Yeah,
also
yeah,
another thing to note that at this point in time, 1970, Jewish people were actually victims because they were being kicked
yeah,
out. So they haven't become
yeah.
like this monster, Zionist monster. Like
Yeah,
also
they
not
were the
all Jewish
oppressed
people
peoples. Yeah,
support them.
I mean,
Yeah,
we have to admit that in the early 17s and between 1917 to 1930 plus, they were the victims. They were the oppressed. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. So
understood,
in this period,
understandable. Yeah,
basically, they were they
yeah,
were oppressed. Like that's basically
yeah.
the truth
They
of
were
it.
being discriminated and they were being chased out of Europe. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, and not
that's
just
the
that.
yeah,
At that time, like no one in Europe
mm,
wanted Jewish people in their land. So
exactly,
that's another thing.
exactly.
And on top of
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
have like growing kind of like
Yeah,
sentiment
growing
in
sentiment. Yeah, growing
Germany.
sentiment against in Germany against them. Yeah, yeah. We
But
haven't
this is
even touched
funny.
World War II yet.
This is
Yeah,
funny
it is.
regardless.
I know it is. I know it is. It's just that it makes me a bit cringe because it's. But I understand. I understand why it's done.
Yeah.
Anybody, please? Oh, Palestine.
No, actually,
Oh,
pause it for a moment.
Yeah.
Actually, this is actually an anachronism because there was no Palestinian flag at this time. I mean, there was an Ottoman.
Mm.
1917, Palestine was under the still under the Ottoman rule, I think.
Yeah.
But there was no but there was no Palestinian national conscious yet. That only
Mhm.
came in the 1920s. Okay,
Uh,
late
to be
1920s. Yeah,
to be fair, it's
yeah,
not necessarily
yeah.
that there was no Palestinian nation, but there was like for
No,
example, the Arabs
no.
at the time
I mean the conscience. Yeah,
basically
I mean
had
there were no, there were indeed
no.
Palestinian Arabs. It's just that they haven't
Basically,
identified
Arabs at
themselves
the
fully.
time had a
Yeah.
deal with the British government. So
Yes.
basically, the Arab revolt that happened against the Ottoman Empire, right? So
Yes,
basically,
that's
they
right.
had
That's
like
right.
this. I don't know the full detail, but they had this understanding with the British that they would give them a land, and they already lived there.
Yes.
So that land would be
Yes.
there, so there would be some kind of state. So this understanding was there, but there was no
Yes.
Palestinian state yet. You're right.
Yes. Yes. That's right. That's right. Yeah. 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 But I know, I understand this is just a repeated representation of the Palestinian people. Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
reason why the flag is there is just to show that no, this is Palestine. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. By the way, I'm still waiting for the IDF bots to show up. They're gonna get mad when they see the video.
I think they will show up soon.
Shalom.
Minensa, who are you?
My name, Cookie. I travel from far away and I have no home.
You know what's funny is that a lot of
The accent. The accent.
a
Yeah.
lot a lot of
The accent is funny.
in Hebrew language, right? Hebrew
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say the word ka a lot. I
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
when it comes to saying hummus, they say hummus,
The
or
hummus.
kamas, kamas. Yeah, yeah,
They don't have a
it's not,
soft. They don't have because it doesn't have a soft H. They don't have a soft
yeah,
huh. Like in Arabic we have ha, right? Ha. So
yeah,
and we have ha. But for
ha,
them they don't have ha. They don't have ha. They have ha. So that is why their ha is very rough. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest. This is very racist.
It
Very
is, but
racist
it's meant to
stereotype.
be funny. I mean, it's meant to be
Yeah.
funny. So take
I
it
mean,
as it is, man.
they're
Don't
a
yeah
racist joke. I mean,
yeah
I get it. I mean, because the thing is that the Israelis are also mocking like the Palestinians and their
Yeah,
Palestinians.
yeah,
So like
yes, that's
it's
right.
fair game. Like if you're gonna do that to like
It's a tit for tat, man. I mean, if you can make fun of the Palestinians, then we can make fun of you. So that's simple.
yeah,
This is a
exactly.
democracy, free speech, man. Okay, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Also, it's just
Yeah,
comedy, so who cares
it's
anyway?
comedy anyway, and I
I
don't.
have no
Yeah.
home. Please, please.
Get up. Tafadhal. Come on. Come in. Brother, no problem. You're home. Tafadhal, ya.
Shalom.
I mean, the only issue I would take is that at that point, like the Jewish people were genuine victims. So I think
Yeah.
some sympathy should have, maybe they shouldn't have
Yeah,
been shown in this
it's a,
light.
it-
Maybe later
it's a
on.
comedy. It's a comedy, so it's supposed to be
Yeah,
funny.
تفضل يا
أخي
أخي.
قدامك.
Here we go.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think they behave like that. Yeah, it's
Oh.
just supposed to
Now,
be
now,
funny
now,
anyway.
now, there are
Yeah.
people that actually thought like that because Theodore, what's his name? Theodore Hertz or something like that. The
Yeah, Theodore
Zionists
Herzl, yeah.
were there
Herzl,
actually.
yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
necessarily that there were no people with nefarious plans, because there are people that believe that there will be a colonial state named Israel. So these people
Yeah.
already was scheming. So those
Yeah.
people were there, but I understand like this seems like a bit of stretch.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
traveled from far away. I finally have home.
Enjoy, relax. I'm
Home.
bringing zaytun from Palestine.
Home.
From our home, and khubz, bread, and water.
Oh, thank you.
So, Chichu, please tell me, where did you come from? What has happened to you?
I come all the way from Germany because they tried to kill me and my family. And I come all the way to Palestine for help. Thank you, Palestine.
Come. Welcome to Palestine. البيت بيتك. تفضل. Come on. No. Come on. Enjoy.
Yeah, this part is accurate.
Yeah, it's
This
not
part
quite
is accurate.
accurate because there's a bit. No, actually, there's a lot of they skip a lot of years because
Yeah.
between 1917 to 1948, there were a lot of things
Uh,
that actually happened in
Yeah.
between.
Another
Yeah.
thing, this is a skit, I know, but another thing I
Yeah.
feel like needs to point out is that Arabs at that time weren't very welcoming to the Jewish refugees.
Yeah. I mean, at first in 1917 they were. It's true, but then towards
No,
the end of 1920s,
no. I
in
mean,
the early 20s, yeah.
there were
Mm.
like riots that happened even before
No,
1948.
that's why I was saying 1917 at first the Arabs were welcoming, but then as more Jews came into the state, into the area, then they started being suspicious, and then that was when the Arabs were felt uneasy. Why are these people suddenly coming here? You know, why too many people coming? I mean, we have already welcomed them, but then there were too many people coming in, and then they started buying land and they started to occupy certain lands, which in certain areas they started to form kibbutzes, right? So that is when the Arabs started to do the revolt. That's the Arab revolt of 1920s, the 1920s. Yeah.
Let me speed it up.
Yeah, sure. Not exactly like this, but okay, close enough. Oh my god, I don't know whether to cry or laugh.
Why you hurt me?
I think he put like sauce on him. Something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, not exactly like this,
so
but I
basically,
guess it's close
this part
enough.
is accurate. This part is accurate. So yeah, this did
Close
happen.
enough. Close
Yeah,
enough.
close
Close
I
enough.
mean, they weren't
okay.
like choking them with like the Israeli flag. Oh, sorry, Palestinian flag or something. But yeah,
Yeah,
basically,
you get we get the picture, right? I mean, we understand what you mean. So,
Where are you going? Ali, this is my half. I give you half already. Why are you attacking me? This is my property. Why you do this? No, this is mine. You don't come here. Okay.
yeah, I mean that's also true. Now, of course, like the Palestinians, of course, brother XPM says, welcome assalam,
Walaikum
bro.
salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, I think they skipped a lot of past the 1970s, the Oslo
Yeah.
Accords, the jump right up to 2012 Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they skipped obviously a lot of
The
like much
Intifada,
for
the
the
first Intifada, the
Palestinians,
second
and then
Intifada. Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
had a lot of fighting that happened
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. And the 1967 war, the 1973 war, the 6 Day
yeah,
War,
yeah.
all this. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
اللهم حررنا فلسطين يا الله. Ya Allah, we have nothing left, Ya Allah. Our children are dying, Ya Allah. Please protect us and provide for us from the Zionist man, Ya Allah.
Oh my God, it's so tragic, man. I don't know whether to laugh or cry, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, if you
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The guy just watching TV, man.
I mean, if you know the full history, actually, it's actually. Bro,
Bro, don't get that, man. Oh my God. Okay. I think you kind of went off the tangent a bit, but okay. Oh my God, that's a hilarious comment. That should get an A comment. You should rather give him a medal. Give him a medal. Give our brother a medal, yeah, man. Okay, anyway, let's go back to the topic again. Yeah, anyway, let's go back. I know it's just joking, but still, yeah,
Yeah.
let's go back to the topic. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, speaking of which, so of course, like at that time, I think this is 2012. So from that onward, it was just complete like suffering and humiliation for the Palestinian people. And
Yep.
of course, this was happening even before then. But if you like know like the full details of exactly how this happened, like all the like small
Yeah.
details, like how, like for example, did you guys know? I don't know if you know. In Israel, the Palestinians that actually live in Israel cannot buy any land. Like they're not actually legally not allowed to buy land because they don't want them to repopulate the area because it's
Yeah.
supposed to be for Jewish race, right? Then you have
Yes.
other laws that says that. Oh, brother, Sydney Football is here.
My
Sorry,
number
bro.
one fan. So, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Welcome, Salam, bro. So
You should
basically,
see
we're
the earlier.
discussing.
You should see
Yeah.
the earlier comment just now.
Father Wax PM. He's also a old subscriber. Brother, this says how everything's and your work. Yeah, alhamdulillah, is going well.
I'm good, but I'm
basically-
getting better. I just had recovered from the gout. Okay, yeah, anyway, continue. Yeah.
So basically, as we're basically discussing this video a little bit before we go into the main video, which is a video by Casey Neistat. We're gonna respond to it, inshallah. So basically, as I was saying, at that time, basically, if you read, as I was saying, so basically they have another law which basically stipulates that a Palestinian living in Israel cannot marry people from Gaza or West Bank, but an Israeli can. Right? So these are two different laws for two different people. So basically, the reason the law is there is because they don't want the Arabs to repopulate in the area. It's disgusting,
It
it's
is.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I know about the
And-
marriage law. Yeah, there's some.
So another thing is
very,
that
very discriminatory.
even though Israelis can marry, from West Bank and Gaza, and they have this like law that where it says that they can marry, but they cannot live together. They cannot come to Israel, and the people who are kicked out cannot even visit Israel.
Yes.
So
yes.
clearly, these are like two different laws for two different people. I mean, imagine if America tomorrow decided that America is only going to be for the white people. Imagine if you pass that law, and then you have people that throw a backlash and say that no, America should be for everyone, and then that law doesn't even get passed. That would be Israel, And
I'll go
and
to
here-
America and I'll kick everyone with my American passport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget that. They
kick-
forget that I'm
kick David
American
Wood out.
too.
Okay,
Kick
David
David
Wood
out. Yeah, look at this. Look at the passport. My passport. What does it say? All right.
Yeah. Settle on his house, bro. Or Apus.
Oh, Apus. I have more rights than Apus because Apus is a foreign. He's a foreigner. He's a foreigner.
actually, yeah.
He's not born in the US. He's actually a foreigner. I'm a citizen, man. I'm a US citizen. He's not. He's a foreigner. Okay, I have more rights than apes, believe it or not. Okay.
Brother Sydney says, brother MENJ got excited there.
Maybe I
That'd
am.
be so nice, right? I mean, imagine if Iran had like this kind of law where it says that all the Indo-Aryans can go and live there. All the Indians will go to Iran, including me. I'm an Indo-Aryan as well. So let's go to Iran,
That's
take
right.
over Iran,
That's right.
and remove all the
Indo-Aryan,
atheist, kind of like crazy atheists over
yeah.
there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, so that's just and this is the thing, right? Israel is not a normal country, and this is what something that people forget. Israel is no different than something like North Korea or like Nazi Germany, because it's a very strange country with a very, very strange laws and very, very racist. So basically, it's an apartheid as it was existed in South Africa.
Yes.
So as because of this, you continuously see, like, it doesn't matter who is in charge of the Palestinians, whether it's like Hamas or Hummus, I don't want to get demonetized, or like
Don't mention
PLO.
the name. I just mention
PLO.
only.
It doesn't matter. The Israeli goal is to kick out all Palestinians and all Arabs, or keep them subjugated. So in this situation, no one can win. So unless we get rid of Zionism or Israel as a whole, this is not going to get solved. Israel is the problem here.
Yeah.
So, but let's finish this up. But
they cut out a lot of years. They cut out a lot of years, but okay, we get the point. It's supposed to be a joke anyway. Yeah. Oh my God.
Lesh, why you do
By the way, what does lesh mean? Has it been blood?
Yeah, I'm curious to know what lesh means.
By the way, if any Arabs
yeah, I think Brother Sydney should know because he's Palestinian. So
Brother Sydney says, yes, it was never about hummus. They want to take the whole land and kill Palestinians. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, this is so obvious. Like, they even say it out loud.
I think even a blind person can see that. A blind person can see that what Israel is doing is that they're trying to kick out all the Palestinians.
This is the thing. Like Brother Sydney says, lesh means why. Oh, sorry, yes, not this one.
Sorry.
He says lesh means why. Interesting.
I presume this is a Palestinian dialect because lesh is referring not Fusha Arabic. Yeah.
Brother Wexprem says, why do normal Israeli citizens support genocide against Arab? Yeah, this is something that also existed in Germany as well. Like when the N party was in power, they used a lot of propaganda, and this is something the right-wing governments are capable of doing. They just basically prompts up this kind of like nationalistic, racist rhetoric in a way that where they basically try to distance themselves to show like, oh, we're not like the N-word, right? So they kind of brainwash people from very small, from their child. From childhood to adulthood, they brainwash them to such an extent that people don't distinguish that they are actually living inside an apartheid state, and they're committing the G word.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
In Fusha,
Limaza.
Yeah, I'm only asking because I'm kind of trying to learn Arabic a little bit, so I was kind of interested.
Limaza.
I will kill you. I swear I will kill you. Oh my God. Why you hit me? No. I hit you. You can't look at me. Look at my face. You take my home. Wait. I will call my best friend, Joe, my American friend. Please come help me, Joe.
Joe. Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe.
Mother, did you see that video of like Joe Biden in Skyrim?
I don't think I did. No,
there's a video of Joe Biden being in Skyrim.
I don't know. Maybe you can.
So
maybe you can show it.
They basically, maybe later. But basically, what they'll do is they basically AI his voice, so it basically sounds exactly like him. So it looks like he's basically in Skyrim, giving people advice, and then telling people to, hey, you should run away. It's hilarious. You guys should check it out if you can.
Okay, all right.
Man hit me. I don't care. Call Joe. Call Abu Joe. The is right. This is my land. This is my home. I will die for this. He hit me.
Here comes Joe Biden.
Why did you hit him? Why did you hit him?
I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, this part is.
Oh my God. It's so tragic, man.
Yeah, that part is
Okay.
obvious.
All right. So I think that's all. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
So
Okay.
let's get to the
The
video
rest is
of
obvious.
Casey Neistat.
Okay, that was funny enough. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's funny and sad at the same time. Oh my god, I think he
Yeah,
lost
but
subscribers, bro. Look at this. Let me share. Hold on. Holy shit,
he did. He
he
did.
lost subscribers.
He did.
Yeah,
How
he
many
had 30
subscribers did he
million.
lose? So now
1 million, I think. 1 million. Yeah.
1 million
Holy
disappeared.
crap. Yeah.
Holy wow. Wow. That means the 1 million were 1 million Muslims are subscribed for him. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That's
Go
amazing.
Muslims, go. That's how you do a boycott. That's how you do a boycott
Yeah.
against the Zionists. All right, that's how
Yeah.
you boycott. I never subscribed to the guy anyway, so there's no point for me to do it.
Yeah. Let me check the comments.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me see the newest ones.
Any Muslims there? Any pro-Muslim
so
comments?
now, Casey, now I ask
Pro-Palestine.
you, by any means necessary, really any means? So yeah, people are criticizing him.
Okay, that's good.
Everybody hates y'all. I wonder why. Everyone hates you. Free
Free
Palestine.
Palestine. Okay, so
Unsubscribe.
obviously
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribed. Okay, all right. Thank you, Casey. There are some
we have
Zionists here.
update on this.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
Okay, yes. There's a lot.
Alhamdulillah.
People
Hey, by the way, if you're subscribed to this guy, go and unsubscribe. Or
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
not, so
haven't
it
made up
doesn't
your
matter.
mind yet, watch the video and you'll see why.
Hmm.
It's literally is responsible for such a bizarre and
I think Brother Wax is asking you a question. Yeah.
brother, is he lost subs? Yeah, basically that's what happened, because I remember the last time I saw it, he had 13 million and now it's 12 million.
Yeah, yesterday I saw it was 13 million. Yes. Yeah. I can
that's
confirm.
amazing.
Yeah.
Another brother says Israel is a terrorist state.
Terrorist organization, actually. Yeah. It's the same
And then
thing.
people are mocking him. Look at what it says: ethnic pride for me, but not for thee.
Yeah.
Free Palestine. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
You didn't care. Yeah, this is the better. This is the good comment here. You didn't care about civilian casualties before October 7th. You don't care about Palestinians. Yeah, this is better. This is good. This is a good comment. This is a good comment. Yeah, this is a good comment. Yeah.
Anyways, we can.
Yeah, so a lot of people are hating him.
Yeah, basically.
It's good. It's good, I guess.
You know what?
All good.
Am I subscribed? No, I'm not subscribed to this guy. Anyway, so let's check it
Okay.
out, inshallah, and we'll discuss.
Ready?
Okay.
Why is he suddenly pro-Zionist anyway?
You look funny.
Look at this guy. Look at the guy in red. Check out the hair. That's me in Israel, I think in Jerusalem in 2005. If you're Jewish, you get to go on this free trip called Birthright Israel. It's fun. It's like
Birthright
summer
Israel,
camp. You go to Israel with a bunch of people your age, and you get to do cool stuff. And
Yeah, cool stuff, guys. We go there, we pay some money to the Zionist government so they can kill some children, bomb some children, commit genocide. Guys, it's fun.
I actually saw a documentary on this so-called Birthright Israel. One of the reasons why the government organized this is because they actually want the selected Jewish teenagers or young ones who come on the trip to know each other, and then meet up with especially the girls, to meet up with IDF soldiers, and actually somehow get them to be romantically involved and get married to each other, so that these people from other countries, like for example from the US or the UK, they go on this birthright trip and then they meet some IDF soldiers. Oh, they look tough, they look handsome for the women, that is, and then they marry, and then they get romantically involved, and then they get married, and then those people from the US and the UK, they will move to Israel, and then they will have more babies, more Jewish babies. You see? So the idea is to populate. So one of the reasons why they have this birthright Israel is to populate the land, the occupied land with more babies.
These people are so evil. Like, I can't really begin to describe. Like, it's just any other country. Like, if you imagine if a Muslim country did this, Like they would be like sanctioned out of oblivion.
Sanction. Let's sanction this country. Let's let's ban this. Let's ban that. But when it
Yeah.
comes to Israel, oh, it's absolute. The absolute is the right of Israel to do this. It's
Yeah.
the right of Israel to do that.
It's the right
the
of Israel to be
hypocrisy here.
racist.
Yeah,
Racist
it's
against
the right.
every other race.
Exactly. It's the right of Israel to be racist
Brother,
to anyone
brother,
else.
Sydney
Yeah.
football asks question: is Bangladesh secular or mix of secular and Sharia, brother? So basically, Bangladesh is a secular country, but right now we have a dictatorship. We have one government for like 20 years.
Whoa, be careful
So
what
it's
you
not
say,
necessarily
brother.
democracy, but it is based on secularism. But we do have some Islamic law here and there. So it's kind of a mix, I guess. Brother Wex Priam says, give him a round of applause. He's a Jew. He's a Jew.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, did you see that video of Dagestan where people went onto that airplane looking for juice? Right there.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you see that video?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So basically, in Dagestan, a bunch of people went onto this airplane looking for juice, and I was wondering, so people are mad at them because like they're looking for juice, juice at the airplane.
I love Dagestan.
Yeah, Khabib is the goat. So, did you know? Do you know that meme where like AH says basically the following that I wanted you to get the juice, not catch the juice.
I don't know. I haven't come across that meme before. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Better be careful about saying that phrase, by the way, because you might get demonetized. Okay?
I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I know, but the algorithms may not think so. Okay.
Of course. Wax Priam says Casey himself said that he's not religious, so why is he insisting on existence of Israel as a legitimate state? The whole thing is religious. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, they see this as kind of like racial, kind of like right in a way, and that itself is wrong, by the way.
Right. Yeah, it's an ethnic right.
But because Israel presents itself in like this kind of like technologically advanced, secular, liberal country, people kind of just buys it. If this is like some kind of like, I don't know, like if this is like happening in I don't know, like in Pakistan or like I don't know, like or in like in North Korea, of course they would not be accepting it. But here they do accept it because it has this kind of like brainwash people into thinking that it's just like a liberal secular state, but in reality it's not.
Yes, exactly.
Anything but that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Not that we like secularism has this problem.
And also another thing we have to keep in mind that none of the Israeli leaders are actually religious. I mean, there's not been anyone in the prime ministers, any of the prime ministers, or even the presidents in their history who are actually religious. And if they claim to be God's country, if they claim to be the children of God, why are they not upholding God's laws? And why are they allowing? I mean, there are gay parades in Tel Aviv. Is this allowed in the Bible?
I mean, people like Sam Harris. Harris, who is Jewish, he supports Israel. Just think about that.
Exactly. You see that? There you go.
Exactly. Anyway,
so it's not religious. It's something much more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically political.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Learn. It's like a field trip. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Let's support ethnic cleansing. Let's support racism.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. Let's support oppression. Of course, it's great.
Yeah.
Let's support oppression. Let's kill more. Let's kill more Palestinian children and bomb their hospitals. That's also great as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm not religious at all, but I'm Jewish. I'm a very proud Jew. And I've always been aware of my Jewishness. When I was a little kid, it was holidays at Nana's house. I was going to synagogue on holidays because that meant I got to skip school.
Now, of course, like there's nothing wrong with being, Jewish. Like we had companions of the Prophet that were Jewish, alhamdulillah, and we're very proud of them. They're probably they were some of the best people that ever lived. The companions of the Prophet, the Sahaba, some of them were Jewish. Some of them were Jewish.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
And they led battles. We love
Salam, for example. He was a
exactly.
Jew, but he recognized the Prophet, and he was a very good Muslim. Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Also,
I just
Allah
need
subhanahu wa
to.
ta'ala
I need.
praises
Yeah.
both the
Yeah.
people of the book who converted to Islam, whether it's Christian or Jewish.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I want to make this distinction because people might clip this and take this the wrong way. Islam has nothing against Jewish people in any shape or
No,
form.
we don't. We
However,
definitely don't.
the issue here is Zionism, which is a fascist
Yeah.
supremacist ideology, and that is the issue here.
Yes.
That is the crux of the matter,
Yes.
because
Yes.
this
Yes.
ideology is basically
Yes.
promotes
Yes.
that
Yes.
the Jewish people are superior, and this particular land should only belong to those people, or at least they
Yes.
should be in
Exactly.
power.
Exactly.
So that's the
And
ideology, and we
let's
oppose it.
also not forget that there are Jews who actually
Yeah,
reject, who actually oppose the existence of Israel. And
yeah,
I think several days ago, I think Norman Finkelstein was mentioning this. He was
yeah.
at the
He is
New York
Jewish.
train. Yeah, and he's Jewish. He went to protest at the New York train station, Grand Central Station, and he saw at least 1,000 or 2,000 young Jewish youths who were
Hmm.
protesting, who were
Yeah,
wearing the T-shirt "Ceasefire Now," and then behind
yeah,
behind the shirt was saying "Not in our name." So imagine this:
yeah,
the youth, the Jewish youth are actually, who are not pro-Israel, who are anti-Zionist. They are actually voicing out their opposition to Israel's violence, to Israeli
uh-huh.
terrorism. So it's
Yeah.
not about, it's not, and we as Muslims, we respect them, we love them, because
Hmm.
they are with us in
Yeah.
in upholding justice. So it's not about you being a Jew. It's about whether you support the truth and justice, or are you for genocide and murder. So if you are for if you are against if you are against murder and genocide, then you should not be supporting Israel. It's really that simple.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
A little bit older, like maybe when I was a teenager, I remember Steven Spielberg's epic movie Schindler's List coming out. And I remember very specifically watching that movie, understanding that that film was like a very true to life depiction of things that actually happened here on planet Earth. A graphic, in your face representation of the Holocaust.
By the way, look at, so basically he's building his argument, right? So look at what he's doing. So basically he's saying, oh, look at this. We were suffered. We were oppressed. The Holocaust, right? The look at what happened. Look at all these movies that were made about us, right? This now justifies us bombing Palestinians. That's where it's gonna go, right?
Mhm.
Because that's where he's building up all this, kind of like his argument like this. Now, of course, no one denies that Jewish people historically have suffered a lot, but then why are you denying that Palestinian peoples or Arabs in general have also suffered a lot, right? Like I can also
Exactly.
build up this kind of like arguments in a way. Christians have suffered a lot, Muslims have suffered a lot, but like that's not a justification for, like, imagine if I said that, oh, Muslims have suffered a lot, that's why it now justifies what like ISIL did in Syria or Iraq. Oh, of course not. Like just because you suffer, that doesn't give justification for being racist, being oppressive, killing Muslims. Like that's not a justification. Yeah.
And I remember watching that movie and thinking, like, why didn't the Jews just stop being Jewish so they wouldn't get shot? I didn't understand then that to be a Jew, that's your ethnicity. And to hate someone because they're Jewish is not to hate a people based on their actions, or their politics, or who they choose as their God, but it's to hate them because of who they are.
That is not exactly true. I know that like
I don't.
people think
Mm.
that anti-Semitism is simply because of the race, but that's not true. Because like a lot of, now don't get me wrong, it's still wrong, but a lot of different things are mixed up in this. For example, even in Germany, there are history there that happened with the Jewish people, with the other races that I'm not going to mention here, of course, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm sympathizing with the N word. But the point is that history is complicated, and oftentimes if you look at history, Jewish people were not always the victims. They sometimes committed atrocities. Like for example, I just made a video, like 2 videos, where I showed that yes, they were victims sometimes, but they also committed atrocities. For example, when it comes to the Roman Empire, Jewish when the when the Judea existed, they actually some of the Roman historians actually documents how some Jewish when during the Jewish revolt against the Roman Empire, they would go into villages and completely wipe out entire villages. So they committed atrocities. So it's not true that Jewish people were always these kind of like victims. They also committed atrocities. The point is that they're human beings. So instead of framing this narrative in a way where like, oh, they were just victims, they were always victims, so we have the right to preserve our land and whatnot, it's not necessarily true, because you guys are not special in that way. Every race have suffered. Black people have suffered. White people have suffered.
Yes.
I mean, there are committed genocide that are being committed against Muslims, different ethnicities, right? Whether it's Chinese Muslim or like or like Indian Muslims. So it doesn't give you like special privilege in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this needs to be debunked right away, because this is something he builds up as he goes on to make his arguments. Bro, you want to add something to that?
Nothing much to it. I mean, you pretty much made it clear. I think. I mean, it's not about. I think it's not a matter of whether who suffers what and who suffers more than the other. It's all about being fair and just. I mean, just because you suffered more than others, it means that you are entitled to certain things. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Of course, like people should show sympathy to any suffering group of people, but at the same time, there has to be a balance. Like you can't just say that because they suffered, therefore that justifies whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just because we know that the Jews were were glassed during the Holocaust, it doesn't mean that you have the right to be oppressive towards other people. Okay, let's just put it that way. All right. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And watching that movie, even as a kid, I never understood why the bad guys hated them so much. It made no sense to me. And I'm older now, and maybe just slightly less.
Again, like if you read the history of like in Germany, you know that like it's not that simple. There are reasons why all this kind of like division and hate, where it came from. I'm not saying it's justified, but like there are like there were disturbance.
I would say it's the same reason, or pretty much the same justifications that they give when they hate Muslims in Europe. Because so it's basically it's not necessarily true, but this is pretty much what what the Muslims currently face now in Europe is pretty much what Jews in general face when they were in Europe several in the 19th century. Okay. Yeah.
Naive, but to hate a people just because of who they are still doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. And look, the situation in the Middle East is complicated, and to call it complicated is a wild oversimplification. It's a conflict that's thousands of years old. It's a conflict you can read about in the Bible.
No,
it's not thousands of years old. What are you talking about, man? It's not thousands. It started in 1948. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that old. It's about 75 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, and that's another thing, like the kind of like Zionist apologists do, which is that they try to make a very simple matter complicated. Like the point is, it's simple. Like, do you like support children being killed?
No, actually the issue is this simple.
People being killed or not?
Yeah.
Do you like your country? Do you want a country that only prefers one race of people over other race of people or not? That's it. Like it's just simple points. You know? So
also I would like to add, it's basically the issue is really that simple. You own a house. Someone comes into your house. He sleeps in the bedroom. The next day he claims half your house as his, and he wants you to give him half of your house to him. You say no. You fight over the house. He kicks you out of the house.
What if he eats hummus, bro? What if
he starts collecting hummus and tries to drown you with hummus. Okay, so that's basically what it, in order to get the house back. So this is exactly what's happening. Okay, if you get the analogy.
Did you see that video of like what's his name? Piers Morgan interview with like Bassam Youssef, the second one. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It was actually pretty good, like detailed explanation of what happened and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe we could do like a reaction on your channel, perhaps.
Maybe we can do that, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. So basically, in that clip, he basically He basically explains this that they're basically now making like Israeli hummus. Apparently, they're stealing like their food, and they even stole like their song. The Philistine, that song, that very popular, like "My
Can
Blood
you
is
play it?
Palestine."
Oh,
Uh,
damn Palestine. Yeah, yeah. Okay. No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's all. So what
Yeah,
happened?
my apparently they made it like an Israeli version of it, so they just
What
straight up
the?
stole that
What
song.
the? Seriously? Is there an Israeli version of it? Do
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
have you come across it?
I mean, I can play it. Like I don't know. Like I might get
Can you
copyright
play
strike.
it?
So I might
Oh,
I might get copyright strike. So
oh, okay, okay, all right.
basically, it's the same
To know that.
song. They just replaced the word Palestine or Philistine with like Israel.
But is it in Arabic or in Hebrew?
It's in Arabic. So
It's in Arabic, but they changed Philistine to Israel.
yeah, yeah,
What the hell? Doesn't sound like that's weird. Okay, that's stupid.
yeah. It's very
That's
dumb.
stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very dumb, and they're basically doing what is known as cultural appropriation, and it's
Yeah.
it's such an insult. Like to think that first of
I'm
all
not
they're like
surprised. I'm not
like
surprised.
committing a complete ethnic cleansing. On top of it, they're stealing their culture. That's basically
My
what
God.
Basamisi was talking
My
about.
God.
Brother Sydney
My God.
Football there's a comment. He says,
My
"Yes,
God.
they've been stealing our food and culture too for a long time."
Yeah, I know. I know that there's I know that they claim that they claim the dabke. I know that they
Yeah,
claim hummus. I know that they claim falafel. Yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, I know it's if they even claim fatouche, Israeli fatouche. Will you believe it? Okay, so I mean, these are all Arab foods, but then they claim it's theirs. I mean, I don't know how the
oh
hell
my,
it suddenly switched ethnicity from Arab to Jewish. I don't know how is it possible for food to suddenly turn to change in ethnicity. Okay, it's
yeah,
crazy. I know it's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, they
yeah. I
are
mean,
just
like,
thieves. Yeah, they're
yeah, this,
colonialist thieves. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a colonial project in true and true. Like
Yes.
you can clearly see. I mean,
Yes.
like the British also did the same thing when in regards to India. They also
Yeah.
stole a lot of like culture aspect. I mean, like so it's like, I mean, like I'm surprised that people don't take an issue with this. Now, of course, there are bigger issues at play here, but this is like something that definitely adds to it. Brother Sidney says Israeli futush, but I've never had futush. Did you eat futush? What is it like?
Yes, I do. I do. Fatouche is basically Arabic salad. Yeah, it's similar to salad.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
Yeah, it's very
I should
nice.
try
It
it.
is.
I
It
haven't.
is.
We don't
You
have
should. You should.
many
You
kind of
should.
Arabic restaurant here in Bangladesh.
You
Sadly,
should.
I
You
need to
should.
trying to try something.
You should. Oh, you don't have any Arabic restaurants in Bangladesh? Because there's many in
Uh,
Malaysia.
at least not in this area. So I
Oh,
might have to
okay,
check
okay.
some of it out.
Because in Malaysia, I can just simply order. Because we have this app called Grab. I can just simply click on the app, and I can just write whatever I want, hummus or fatouche or whatever, and I can just pay. Of course, obviously, I need to have money for that, and I don't okay at the moment. But if I do, I would just order this on this app, and then voila, in a matter of half an hour, I can get my fatouche. It's that simple.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brother Sydney says, I think in Europe, Hamas falafel, hummus, falafel, etc. are sold as Israeli. Is that true?
Huh, I don't know. I don't know about this part. I don't know about this. But it's
Yeah, that's
stupid if it
crazy.
is because it's Arab. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's Arab food, man.
yeah,
It's totally Arab. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Actually, last week I had
The Romans.
Yeah.
speaking of food, but I had Arab kapsa actually, chicken kapsa
Oh,
at the restaurant last week. Yeah, last week I
nice,
ordered
nice.
some. That was awesome. Yeah. So I hope Israel doesn't take the kapsa and rebrand it as Israeli kapsa. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Like some of the Hindu nationalists also do the same thing. They just say whatever they like, and they say, "Oh, this was made by like this Hindu king or something." They look
Oh
at Taj
really?
Mahal. They say, "Oh, it was made like by like some Hindu king," and the Muslims came and
What?
stole it.
Everyone knows that Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
what Hindu king would build it? It's a tomb.
I know.
It's a mausoleum, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Fought
go.
over Jerusalem. The First World War, the Balfour Declaration, the Second World War, 1948, 1967, 1973, 1982, and on and on. It's nuanced, it's complicated, and despite the world's very best efforts for peace, no one seems to be able to figure it out. I certainly don't understand it. It is too complicated for me. What's
I
not
mean, if it's too complicated, then why are you talking about it? No. I mean, you made a
Exactly.
video of that
Yeah.
has like how many?
Yeah,
Like
it's
one.
actually not that complicated at all.
It has like 1 million
Views
subscribers,
watching
1 million
this,
views.
1 million views watching this dumb video. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
and 1 million of
Alright.
the unsubscribed from his channel.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Mhm.
So then, why are you talking about it?
complicated, though, is what happened last Saturday when members of Hamas set out on a mission with a singular goal to kill as many Jews as possible.
Again, that's false.
Oh my god, that's just out of his mind. I mean,
That is false. Like, okay, you know what? Let's do like.
I mean,
a little
let's just ask a simple question here. How exactly are Palestinians going to kill every single Jew right now with the capability that they have? Because they have zero military capability to do so. Okay, all right. Yeah, I just want to ask this question.
Okay, let me. Anytime. Custom range. Let's. So okay, let me share the screen. And I mean, I did this before, but you can do
Right,
this
right,
yourself.
right.
So
Oh my god, my
basically,
horrible bed.
type Palestinians killed. Go to
Yep.
tools. Sorry, but you can do this with any like arguments that you have, like anybody. Just go to
Right.
custom range. Start from January. Yeah, January from January 1st to
Yep. To
right
now.
before October.
Okay.
September,
To September,
October,
October
September.
1st, September
September.
30th,
Go.
31st. Yeah, go.
Yeah, West Bank spike in Israeli killings of Palestinian children.
There you go. So who's actually killing whom, right?
This happened before Hamas did anything,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, it
West
was
Bank
before the
spike in
October
Israeli killings
7.
of Palestinian children.
It was,
They're not just killing people; they're
yeah,
killing children, like people
yes,
under the
yes.
age of 15. The Israeli
I mean, they're
military
children
and border
killers.
police forces are killing Palestinian children with virtually no resources and accountability. Israeli forces
Yes,
should end the lawful uses of lethal force against Palestinians, including children. The UN Secretary General should list anyway. So Jerusalem, the Israeli military and border police forces are killing Palestinian children with virtually no recourse or accountability. Last year, 2022, was the deadliest year for Palestinian children in the West Bank in 15 years, and 2023 is on track to meet or exceed 2022 levels. Israeli forces have killed at least 34 Palestinian children. Now, imagine this, right? Imagine another country. You're in America, right? Imagine another country, let's say Canada, comes into your country, kills 34 of your children. Like, what response would you give to that country? Like, what would America do in this situation? America would wipe Canada off the map. No government in the world would tolerate this. No government.
yes,
And people are saying, oh, Hamas is terrorist. No, then every country is a terrorist. No country would allow this. No sovereign country would allow this. This is insane. And this is just
it
one
is.
incident. I mean, if you look at all the singular incident, these numbers are way higher than this.
Mhm.
Then you have 6 Palestinians killed by Israeli forces in West Bank. Let's take a look at that. Here, we have 6 Palestinians killed in Israeli West Bank. This happens in 20 September. This happened very recently, by the way. By the way, this is in West Bank. Hamas has nothing to do with this. So yeah, 20 people killed. These are innocent civilians.
Brother, can you read the chat, the private chat? Can I go out for a while?
Oh, okay, sure,
Yeah,
brother. I
give me,
think MENJ has to
give me a,
go for a bit. He'll come back, but let
yeah.
me keep reading, inshallah. He's going to get hummus, I think. Brother Salihul says, Assalamualaikum, brother. Walaikum assalam, bro. How are you? Just reading some atrocities that happened before October 7th to maybe give some context as to why hummus may have done what they did. Palestinian people, or who you supporting when we Palestinians play you? Bangladesh will play Australia this month. You will also play Palestine afterwards. We're the same group. So this group is Australia, Bangladesh, Palestine, Lebanon. what is it? Is it football? They plan to steal Arab countries, by the way, not just Palestine. Yeah, that's another thing. That's actually something I plan to mention. So I don't know if you're familiar with some of the Israeli members of the current government. Some of the Israeli members have actually shown a map where they not just show Israel as a whole, but they also include Jordan in their map, which means not that only do they want uh, whole of Palestine, they want Jordan as well. So again, I'm gonna make a prediction, was that after this they're gonna try to take over Jordan. Okay, that's their plan. They're not gonna stop with only like Palestine. So at this moment, all the Arabs are in danger. It's not just Palestinians. Brother, Brazil was a World Cup 2026 qualification. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, Bangladesh is not very good at like football, to be honest, but we'll see. They have a map of Greater Israel with major parts of Hijaz. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like the same thing with like Greater India, but at least like when it comes to Indian right wing, at least they understand that this cannot be done with force. But with Israel, because Israel has such like firepower, they are capable of actually doing it, and that's what's scary. If like America doesn't do anything, this will lead to World War III, because countries like China and Russia is not going to sit around and just let them take lands like this. So yeah, it's just these people are just crazy. But anyway, let's read some of this. Oh wait, why is it not showing? Share this. Yeah, this is another news. It said that pulling the trigger is the first result. Palestinians killed by Israeli army. It's settlers in 2022. This happened in, I believe, March. They're saying the same, but this is a different report. In 2022, the world saw a dramatic surge in killing of Palestinians, with fatalities in the West Bank climbing 82% from previous year. So they're killing like 82% people of Palestine for no reason. They're just killing them. So again, like this begs the question: like, what is Hamas supposed to do in this situation? Imagine any country, and you're seeing your people being killed on a constant basis. Like, what would be the response? And And I think this is something that the Muslims have to keep in mind whenever someone asks you regarding this question. That oh yeah, do you condemn October 7? Tell them, show them these stats. Tell them, do you
Do you
condemn?
do you condemn the hummus?
Yeah, do you condemn Hamas? tell them, show them all these like
Do
atrocities
you
that happened
condemn what
before.
happened on October 7? Do you condemn the killing of 40 beheaded fictional babies?
Yeah. By the way, everyone in the chat, every 5 minutes, we're gonna say, "Do you condemn homos?" Yes. That way we don't get attacked by IDF bots. By the way, did you get your hummus?
No, I didn't order hummus. Okay, so it's not even Arab food. It's actually South Indian food. Okay,
Oh, nice.
believe it or not, it's actually South Indian. Okay, right.
Nice. What did you get?
Yeah. It's a delicacy called nasi kanda. I don't know what the equivalent would
Oh,
be
nasi kanda. I know this. I know this.
I don't know whether it's actually
I mean,
it was
I've never
originally
tried it, but I know about the food.
it's originally from India anyway. So
Yeah.
it's from your continent. So, but it has been Malaysianized for a very long time. So it's now become part of our culture. Okay.
Yeah. Brother Waliul says, I condemn Israel.
Yeah. I condemn Israel.
Brother Waliul says he loves hummus, bro.
Oh, he does, huh? All
No, no,
right, that's good.
no, ban hummus.
Oh, yes, I love hummus too. I'm a hummus appetizer. Yeah.
Oh no. Now IDF is gonna report this chat. Hummus sympathizer.
Hummus appetizer. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is this is another one that took place in I don't know when this happen. I think this is this is happened in July.
That's
9
horrible,
Palestinians killed as
horrible.
Israel attacks Jenin refugee camp. They literally attacked a refugee camp. By the way, no rockets were fired by Hamas. This is insane. They just randomly attacked a refugee camp in air and ground operation that included missiles and injured dozens. Israeli military has launched air raids on Jenin refugee camp in the north of occupied West Bank, carrying out an ongoing large-scale attack that involves missile and the killing of at least 8 Palestinians, according to residents and officials. A ninth Palestinian 20-year-old Muhammad
Stupid.
Hussein was killed overnight by Monday by the Israeli army. Ramallah, the central West Bank, the highest places at least 2,000 were injured. A resident said Israel launched at least 10 air attacks in Jenin overnight, sending smoke, bleeding, etc. I think so. Yeah, this basically happened in West Bank. There is no Hamas in West Bank, so this is just. So yeah, like I said, like what do you do in this situation if you're in this place of Hamas, right? Like what do you do? Like what's the correct response? And this is the question you guys need to ask if anyone tries to debate with you on this. Ask them the question: if you're in the position of Hamas, like what response would you give? I'm not even including all the blockades that they have. They're literally starving people there. Let's ignore those. Let's say you're on a country, any country. What response would you give? No country would stand for this. So, I mean, I could go on and on. There's so many like articles regarding this every month, almost every month. Here's another one. Let me share this. Share screen. Here we go. I think this is from a Turkish journal. Yeah. There we go. 172 Palestinians killed by Israel forces in 2023. 2022 saw the highest fatalities in West Bank 2005. So yeah, like again, like what is the correct response here? By the way, this is not even the reason why like Hamas attacked them. Another reason is that they basically lock up anyone. Like
Yeah.
like there are like thousands of children that are locked up in prison right
By the
now.
way,
in
look
Israel.
at the breaking news. Look at that. That's the most recent data now. Look at that. Yesterday I saw it was 10,000. Now look at it. It's increased. My God.
Which
sorry,
one?
What is there? The red, the one in red. Yeah.
The one breaking this one?
Yeah.
Oh, 11,000.
Yes.
Oh, 4,000 children has
Yes,
been killed.
increase. Yes.
3,000
There.
women.
There you go. Yeah. And this is the latest data. Yeah.
Yeah.
My God. It's
So yeah,
horrible.
like
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
so yeah, like this is a complete lie when people tell you that they're just terrorists that attack for no reason. No, they're dying. They're being killed on a daily basis.
Exactly.
And any government in the place of hummus, in the place of
Hummus.
I'm trying to not say the word because they might attack the stream. But the point is that any country with the right mind would not stand for this. They would go on the offensive.
No, hummus is,
Because
to me, hummus is perfectly justified to do what hummus does. So if hummus
yeah.
is as hummus be, okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
so
anyone who
hummus is
says that they're
hummus is
like
hummus. Yeah, so hummus is doing exactly what hummus is expected to do. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. Anyone in their place would probably do the same thing. And
Yes.
now, of
Exactly.
course,
Yeah.
like from an Islamic point of view, we know that you're not supposed to kill women and children. So that's still there's maybe some condemnation, but again, like you have to understand, like these people
Yeah.
don't care. They
Actually,
would wipe you out
actually,
completely.
actually, with
Yeah,
regards to that, I have come across some reports saying that it might not have been hummus who killed the women and children. It was actually the IDF themselves who actually killed their own civilians as well.
yeah, I saw that as
Just
well.
refer to
But
yeah. So refer to the Hannibal Directive, where
mhm.
it is sanctioned by the Israeli army that if any hummus fighters were to hummus to if they were to take civilians as captives or whatever, they are
Yeah,
sanctioned to fully use force, extreme force, to kill not just the hummus but also to wipe out the civilians as well, the
yeah,
hostages as well. So yeah, so because if you look at the damage that were caused in the aftermath of the raid of the Auto 7, you will find that
mm.
this can't be done by just mere handguns
Yeah.
or
Basically, the
and
point is that we have
yeah.
no reason to trust Israel or Israeli news media.
Yes, exactly.
At this
So
point.
the propaganda. So right now the propaganda from Israel is that the Hamas were responsible for the civilians death. But I have reasons to
Yeah.
doubt that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have reasons to doubt it. However, let's say for the sake of argument that that is true. In that case, of
Okay.
course, like that goes against Islamic principles, and we would.
It is against
I
so
think that would be
without
wrong.
doubt. I mean, yeah, yeah.
But then again, like
If it happened,
the
then it
thing is that
happened. Halas,
in
right?
warfare, sometimes
Yeah.
people get killed. Like
Yes,
that's
yes,
totally
yes. In
understandable.
fact, I think
Especially
we have
if
quote. Yeah,
also
we have quoted that
in Israel,
there is.
like you
Yeah,
have
sorry. Go ahead.
in
Sorry,
Israel,
go
like
ahead.
you have laws that basically says that once you're above 18, you're part of the military. You have to get military training. So from that point of view, of course, like anyone could be an IDF soldier. And the point
That's
of
right.
any armed conflict is to reduce the number of enemy forces. So based on this, and based on the fact that under international law, uh, Palestine does have the right to armed conflict, armed resistance. So they have every right under international law to fight back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Uh,
exactly. And let's not forget the hadith where the prophet said that if you kill the women and children at night, you can distinguish they also they are part of them, right? That's the hadith too. Remember that you
yeah, to be
quoted?
fair, like that hadith, according to
I can't remember the
Imam
reference.
Bukhari chapter headings,
Yes,
he says that this
yes,
is when like the civilians are actually carrying weapons. It's not necessarily
yeah.
just anybody.
Okay,
But of
yes,
course, like even then, like accidents can happen.
yeah.
But even
It's
then,
accident.
even in this situation, they have also done the same thing.
Yes,
So
yeah,
like if they want to like make some kind of mediation, have some kind of international court where you want to try them for this, or they want to give like some kind of blood money to them because they were accidentally killed, they can do that, right? We can hold them
yes,
responsible
that's
under
right.
Islamic law.
Yes,
Or
yes,
can you
that's
do
right.
that with Israel? No.
Yes, yes,
So like again, like what choice does like H has? So
yes,
it's clear, like you cannot say that they are a T organization when Israel has
yes.
been constantly violating international law,
Yeah, I mean,
and they're the T organization. No, it's just
I mean, in my country, the hummus are respected and well loved. So I have no problems like that. I have absolutely no
uh,
problems praising the hummus, but I understand where brother Sydney football is coming
yeah.
from. So yeah, yeah. But in any case, my position is that I mean, history is written by the victors. So at the moment, the narrative is being controlled by the Israelis. One
Hmm.
man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. Okay,
Hmm.
let's not forget that the IDF was formed from groups which were deemed to be terrorists by the British. Okay,
I mean,
Irgun, Stan Gun,
they killed
Stun,
90 British soldiers.
yeah. Yes, I mean Haganah, Irgun, Stun Gang, all these three groups,
Yeah.
these three terrorist groups, they now form the army, which is now called the IDF.
By
Okay,
the way, can I just respond to this comment? Brother
all
Sidney
right,
will
go ahead,
says,
go ahead.
don't praise hummus too much.
Okay,
Too much, because
this
I'm
is in
in a country
Australia.
that recognizes them
Yeah,
as terrorists. I mean, of
yeah,
course, like I'm not like saying that they're perfect. They have their
yeah.
flaws. Like for example, one of the
Neither am I.
criticism I would,
Neither am I.
one of the criticism I would levy against them is that like I think they should have done more to protect the civilians, and I don't think they did,
Yes.
because there
Yeah.
should have been bunkers to protect them, and sadly there
Yes.
wasn't any, and
I think
that's
what
a complete
if you
failure in
ask,
terms of protecting
yeah,
civilians.
yeah, I think if you ask me, if they were planning something like grand on a grand scale like this 2 years ago, why didn't they have like a safety net for the civilians as well? What is their
Yeah,
plan for the civilians to escape the bombing?
yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure
and
they
please
know
note
full.
that the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
reason I'm levying this criticism
yeah,
is because like right now it's not clear who's in charge there,
exactly.
because there
Yeah,
was an election that happened a long time ago.
yes,
So I know that
2006 to
people
be exact.
support still
Yeah,
support
yeah,
them, and I do hope that they win the battle. Like in terms of winning the fight against the kuffar, I support the Muslims. Okay, but
of course, without a doubt.
in this situation, like I'm not saying that they're the best like representation or whatever, but I'm just saying that when you look at international law simply from a completely secular point of view, I don't think you can say that they're the like the T word, you know, because that's how people want to frame it. uh,
Yes, exactly,
Brother Sidney Pope
exactly.
says we're not even safe online to praise them. There was a woman
Wow.
who got arrested for
This
supporting
this I
online.
guess this is a
She
few times
was
where
released
I
on
actually,
bail, but yeah, just as
yeah.
safety measures. Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't like,
Yeah.
if like I already made my position
Yes.
clear. Like, if this is the case that they have killed women and children, then yeah, of course, like I condemn that action from Islamic point of view. But from a completely
Mhm.
secular international point of view, like it's neutral. Like I don't praise them. I don't like criticize them either way. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
And also,
for my
like it
part,
says in me,
yeah,
like Norman Finkelstein, who's an American, he also said that like hummus is completely justified. So there are non-Muslim
yes,
academics who have said the same thing. So
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, anyway,
Mm,
where I'm concerned, these are a few times where actually I'm grateful that I'm not in a Western country, because I would
yeah,
be
actually, in my
definitely
country, it's not like they're not considered a terrorist organization
definitely
either.
definitely not a terrorist organization here either, because I mean, come on, they have an office here in KL. They have an international bureau in
Yeah,
KL. All right, so yeah. Mm.
of course.
They murdered, raped, mutilated, kidnapped Jewish women, grandmas, kids, and entire families. And look, war has existed for all of human history. And
Now again, like we said, like it's not clear. Like a lot of the information that are coming straight from Israel, and we have no reason to trust Israel. They have openly lied multiple times. Like for example,
Yes.
there was like this incident
Yeah.
where like this
Yeah.
journalist was
Yeah.
killed. They openly lied about that. They openly
Mm.
lied about not bombing a hospital. Was there evidence
Yeah.
that shows that yes, the
Let's not
hospital
forget
were
about
bombed?
their babies, their fictional babies, beheaded babies, which did turn out to be
Yeah.
untrue.
Do you condemn
No
this?
beheaded babies.
Yeah.
No babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy
Slap
has
over
the
face. I'm inclined to agree with you, brother. I'm actually inclined to agree with you.
I mean, the thing is that, you know what? Let me be fair to him and say that I understand why he might feel upset, or any Jewish person might feel upset when they see this kind of like carnage happening against any group of people. I mean, if I was in his place, maybe I would feel upset too. So that's completely justified. But what is
Okay.
not justified is that to simply say that this group of people are just the T word without like looking at the whole context. Of course, you
Exactly.
can say that this is wrong, it shouldn't have happened, but at the same time, a lot of wrongs have happened in the past. So like
Yes.
like
I
either way,
mean,
there's no good guy here.
yeah. I mean, the whole thing happened not at the beginning of October 7. It happened way before October 7. That's the whole point, isn't
Yeah.
it? But Israel is playing up the narrative as though this began in October 7th. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
basically that's the point.
that's the problem. Yeah, that's the
That's the
problem.
point. Like
That's exactly.
you cannot just
That's the
say that this
problem.
started in October 7th. This happened before.
Yes.
You know,
Even before.
that's the
Yes,
point.
exactly.
So this is a
Exactly.
lie. If you say that, oh, they wanted to kill
Okay.
all J people or Jewish people, that's not true, because they have taken
Or
hostages,
Jews.
and many of those hostages, when released, they said that they were treated well. If they really wanted to
Yeah.
get rid of all Jewish people, then they would have gotten rid of all
Yeah.
Jewish people. They wouldn't have taken
Mm.
hostages. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, why would they care about some Jewish person living in America? Like they don't care about them. When they're
Exactly.
referring to Jewish people, they're referring to Zionists or Zionist settler.
Yes.
That's what they're
Yes.
referring to.
Exactly.
all war is violence. There's not much morality in any of it. But there's a reason why history singles out the truly reprehensible. And when it comes to walking door to door, shooting families in their homes, or killing 260 young people at an electronic dance music festival.
Really, then why didn't you condemn the IDF when they were going around shooting Palestinian kids? Where were your condemnation then? Why did you condemn when they're killing like 2,000? They killed
Why are you?
50,000
I
children.
mean, why are
Where's
you
the
talking
condemnation?
about?
You didn't make
Why?
any videos on this.
Exactly. Why is this guy only talking about October 7 onwards? Why didn't he talk about before? Because before it was even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like instead of making a video where it says that Jew, you should have make a video says human and talk about the Palestinian kids that were killed. You don't care about them, and you don't have to even talk about what happened after October 7. Talk about them before.
Exactly.
Talk about the 37 kids that were killed before, that were shot before. Talk about them.
Yes.
But you don't care because they're not Jewish, and non-Jewish people are not human beings to you, or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe you don't. You think the same, because that's what many like right-wing Zionist people think. They don't even see this.
Like what Brother Bassam Yusuf said. Have an exchange rate for one Israeli life to how many lives of Palestinians. We agree on the exchange rate, and that's it.
Yeah,
he meant that as a joke, though. All right, so very dark comedy there. Yeah.
A lot of those 260 innocent young people were shot in the back as they were running away. Or kidnapping a young woman, violently raping her and then parading
There's
it.
no evidence of like any
Yeah,
artwork.
no evidence of people being shot at the back or being raped, by the way. No evidence.
We are just expendable GOM for them. Yeah, we like
Goyim. Yeah. Goy. Yeah, we are all goy to them.
it. And by the way, let's
by the way,
ignore.
do you have this in by the way, just a side note, do you actually have this in Bangladesh?
What is
do you
this?
call this?
Ruti?
No, it's more of it's papadom. I mean, it's called papadom in my country. I don't know what about you. Yours.
I think so. I think you can find them in Chinese restaurant, maybe. I'm not sure what they are.
Chinese restaurants? This is actually from India.
Yeah. I
You
think
sure
I saw
it's from
some.
China? Okay, never mind.
I mean, I saw like similar stuff from like Chinese restaurants, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Through the streets to cheering crowds, or finding out yesterday, confirmed report that
Oh, here we
about
go.
40 dead babies.
40 babies! 40 babies, guys.
40 beheaded babies.
What the
Yeah,
40 babies? Not
40
40
dead
babies.
fictional babies. Oh, 40 babies. Yeah.
Imaginary babies.
40 babies. Imaginary babies with no
40
photos, no
imaginary babies,
evidence,
guys.
no name,
Do you
no
condemn
names,
40
no
imaginary
names,
babies being
no
killed?
death certificates, nothing. Nothing.
Do you guys
But we do
condemn
have
40 imaginary babies being killed?
but we do have thousands of Palestinian children being killed though. So where do you
Yeah.
so is if let's assume that these babies really do exist and they were really beheaded. Is the life of these 40 dead babies, equivalent to the thousands of Palestinian children that were being killed, that are killed already in Gaza?
Yeah.
So
Let me
basically,
share
it's
something.
so basically the ratio is 40 babies, Israeli babies, is the equivalent of a few thousand Palestinian children. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me share something.
There you go.
This is
All the
a
list of the
report
dead, right?
from the
Victims,
Ministry
right?
of Health in Palestine.
Oh my God.
This is a list of victims that has
Subhanallah.
been bombed and killed.
By the
This
way,
is
where
gonna
do
be
you get
gruesome,
this?
guys,
Where
and
do you get this
very
document? By the
upsetting,
way?
but I'm gonna read some of these names and their ages.
All right. Where do you
They've
get this
killed-
document?
Yeah, you can find this online.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Basically, it's their ID number, official hospital ID number, because Joe Biden basically says that, I don't trust, those kind of like hummus run
Yeah.
hummus run medical facilities.
Yeah.
So they have literally
Yeah.
released a document with all their names and ID numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, imagine that they even have
There
to,
you go.
like, they provide evidence actually.
Yeah.
But how many evidence
There you go.
do we have from, like,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
the Palestinians don't need to parade the story of 40 dead babies. They can just show the list and
Yeah.
prove that a lot of people were killed.
Let's take a look at
And
some
look
of
at the
these
children.
names.
Subhanallah, this
Karim
my
Ramzai
God, as
Abdul
young as
Karim Al
six
Astal,
6 years old.
11 years old. Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Maj Ali
So sad,
Zakaria Al Astal, 10-year-old. Lana Muhammad Zakaria Al Astal, 10-year-old.
I
Muhammad
presume they are
Fawad
from the same
Ahmed Al
family
Astal,
because the
9-year-old.
last name is all Al Astal. Are they from the same family?
Ahmed Abdul Karim Al Astal, 9-year-old.
Generations from the same family. Subhanallah.
These are the same family. 8-year-old,
Subhanallah. Al Astal.
7-year-old, 6 years
Is
old,
that Subhanallah?
6 years old.
Oh my God, this is so depressing. Subhanallah. Oh my God, 3 years old,
Yohit
1 year
Muhammad.
old.
That's a
Less
4-year-old.
than 1 year old. Ryan Abdul. That's my son's
4-year-old.
name, Ryan.
Al
Subhanallah.
Astal, 3-year-old.
Astaghfirullah.
Muhammad Zakaria Al Astal,
This
3-year-old.
this is very depressing.
Ahmed.
Okay, I can't really
2-year-old.
read this. It's depressing.
1-year-old.
Yeah.
Janan Ahmed, 1-year-old. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I can
Can
go on and
down?
read all this.
Yeah. Can we not read
But-
this anymore? I think your point
Yeah.
is made.
Yeah.
It's quite depressing, really.
I mean,
Wow.
like, I can go ahead and read all of this. Like, on what planet is this justified?
It's not. It's totally not.
These people are
Yeah.
complaining about like 40 imaginary beheaded babies.
40 babies that has no names, no death certificates, no records whatsoever of their existence.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
40 babies.
Brother Muhammad Walid Sakim says most are females in the list. Females suffer the most consequences in the war. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the 1 or 3-year-old from Hummus too? I mean, they might say so. They might say these are like they were like being used as like
Exactly.
babies were being used as
Exactly.
human shield. Oh, by the way, speaking of human shield,
Exactly. Yeah.
uh, did you know that what is actually the definition of human shield? The definition is when someone is forced to stand in front of you and your enemy so that your enemy cannot take you out. Forced to. That's the key word here. So this is basically a war crime. You cannot do that. None of these people were forced to be there. How can a 1-year-old baby be forced to be in his own family home? Right? That is not human shield. That does not fit the criteria or definition of human shield. For someone to be human shield, it has to be like
Yes.
a person who is forced to be there. None of these people are forced to be there. No one is forced to be in their own home.
Yeah.
Like these are not human shields. They're deliberately killed.
Yeah.
You know, so that's false.
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
false. So anyone who says the whole human shield garbage, slap them in the face. Like you have my permission to to use your hand as human shield. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
subhanallah. And this is the thing. Like the thing about the Western media is that they don't see Palestinians. They have dehumanized Palestinians to such an extent that to them, like 40 like babies, like that's horrible as well. Let's assume that that actually happened. That's horrible, right? But still, if you look at the numbers, the Palestinian side is still the bigger victim here, and yet there's no condemnation. It's baffling to me.
Were discovered. Some of them still in their cribs. There's no moral equivalency here. There's no but.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's making my argument for me. There's a moral equivalency here. You cannot kill children.
There's no justifying that kind of barbarism because of a cause.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot
Do
justify
you
that kind of
realize?
barbarism.
Do you realize what is Becky's whole argument based on the so-called claim that there were 40 babies being killed?
Yeah,
His whole
Yeah,
argument is
that's a
based
lie.
on that, and we know that
that's a lie.
there's a fiction. So his whole argument just falls down the ground. You see?
Yeah.
Cause.
And by the way, speaking of which, let me share an article which basically debunks this 40 babies thing. Where is it?
I don't know why they're so obsessed with the 40 babies. Why 40? Why can't they say 100 babies? Why can't they say 2,000 babies? Why 40?
I don't know. It's so dumb. Like 40 babies is out of nowhere.
Why 40 babies?
okay.
Where did the number
Here-
come from anyway? 40 babies.
Here, yeah, this is a Turkish news outlet that says the Israeli army says
Yeah.
it does not have confirmation about allegations that Hamas beheaded babies. So that's a lie. They themselves admit
Yeah,
it.
it is a lie. They themselves don't admit this. You see?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So and here this guy is like saying, "Oh, 40 babies, man. Those 40 babies.
40 babies.
Chat,
40 babies.
condemn,
40 babies.
condemn the 40 babies.
40 babies.
40 babies.
Condemn hummus. Condemn hummus. Do you condemn hummus? Do you condemn hummus? Do you condemn hummus? Do you condemn 40 babies? Do you condemn 40 babies? And then the repeats over and again.
This is like NPC dialogue from like Skyrim or
Exactly.
something.
Can be a rap song, you know. Do you realize it?
Yeah.
Rap song, yeah. Hummus, babies, hummus, babies,
Yeah.
hummus, babies.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, that
so
sounds
imagine-
dumb. Okay, let's continue.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine like they're upset about like imaginary 40 babies. But anyway, let's continue.
It is horror and demonic
Yeah.
and the very worst that any humans are capable of.
Yes, it is horror and demonic. Tell that to the Israeli authorities. They are horrific,
Yeah.
demonic, they're disgusting.
Yes. Yeah.
And
They killed
I'm
2,000
making this
Palestinian
video
children.
not because I'm the best.
And you know what? You're disgusting too. You're a savage because you're trying to justify this.
to
Exactly.
deliver this information. Read the news if you want to know what's going on. I do not have a deep understanding of the geopolitical.
I doubt that
situation in
this
the
guy
Middle
Shut up.
actually read the news.
Yeah.
He doesn't read the news, okay? You don't read the news, dude. You obviously do not read the news. Okay?
I mean, he
my
clearly
God.
doesn't know what is
Yeah.
what is hummus is the root of all evil.
Oh my
Bad
God. How dare you, man? That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. I love hummus. Hummus is my life. Hummus is the soul of life. Without hummus, you can't survive. I love hummus.
Brother Walid Sakib says most are females in the list. Females suffer the most consequences. Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
think you read that
a lot of
today.
mothers
Yeah.
got killed as
Mhm.
well, and it's just
Yeah.
very tragic.
East or some naive answer to a conflict that is thousands of years old. And despite this awesome T-shirt that I have on, I'm not here to give the peace sign and say, can't we all just get along? I'm making this video to be as vocal as possible and calling out anti-Semitism when I see it. Anti-Semitism, that is to hate Jewish people simply because of who they are, Jewish.
Yeah, and no one
No,
is
no,
hating
no,
them
no
for
one,
this.
no one is
I'm,
talking
I'm
about
not
hating
saying no
Jews,
one is
man.
hating. I'm sure they're anti-Semites, actual
Um,
anti-Semites out
yeah,
there.
but that's
But the
not the
thing is
point.
that,
Right? Yeah, I mean, people are protesting on the streets not because they hate Jews, but because they
yeah,
despise Zionism. Zionism is not
exactly.
Judaism. Okay,
Yeah,
Zionism is
there's a
not Jewish.
difference.
There is a
Exactly.
difference. There are Jewish youth, and I think as I mentioned earlier on, there were Jewish youths who actually went to the New York Central Station to protest against Israel. I mean, these are Jewish youth. Okay, and
Mm.
Norman Finkelstein was also one of them, and Norman Finkelstein is also Jewish. His
Mm.
parents were victims of not the victims, but they suffered through Auschwitz. Okay, survivors of Auschwitz, man. So I mean, you can't get more Jewish than that. Okay,
Yeah.
so these people they oppose Israel. Okay, so it's nothing to do with anti-Semitism. Okay.
Let me share the infamous kind of like 2017 version of charter from Humus. This is their
Huh.
charter in 2017. This is important because he keeps saying, "Oh, they did it because they hate Jewish people." So let's
Okay.
read some of it. Humus affirms that its conflict is with the Zionist project, not with the Jews.
Yes.
They literally say this.
Yes. They say
Affirms that
this,
its
right?
conflict is with Zionist project, not with the Jews, because of their religion. Hamas does not wage a struggle against Jews because they are Jewish, but wage a struggle against Zionists who occupy Palestine.
Yes.
Yet it is the Zionists who constantly identify Judaism and the Jews with their own colonial project and illegal
And
entity.
illegal entity. Yes. Exactly.
Humus rejects the persecution of any human being or
There you go.
undermining of
There you
his or
go.
her rights on nationalist, religious, or sectarian grounds. Humus is of the view that the Jewish anti-Semitism and the persecution of Jews are fundamentally linked to European history and not the history of Arabs or Muslims or their heritage. The Zionist movement, which was able to help the Western power to occupy Palestine, is the most dangerous form of settlement occupation, which has already
Oh,
disappeared from much of the world and must disappear from Palestine.
yep. I mean, it's very
So yeah,
clear.
from
Yeah.
the horse's own mouth, they're saying this is not about Jewish people.
Yeah. Yeah. Their propaganda is quite extensive in blaming homos for anti-Semitism, and we have documents here which prove that otherwise from
Yeah.
homos. Okay.
Now, another thing you have to keep in mind is that he's going to quote another hadith in a few minutes. But
Okay.
another thing you have to keep in mind in the Arab countries, when people talk about the term Jewish, right? You have to understand what context and what they mean when they say Jewish, because oftentimes as scholars, even old scholars like I don't know, like Sheikh Uthaymeen or someone like that, when they are talking about Jewish,
Okay.
usually in a bad light, they're talking about the Zionist project, usually, and this is something you have to distinguish. Or they're talking about Jewish people in the sense that, in a religious sense, that hate Muslims or they hate, you know,
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly.
hate other people. So they're not referring to all Jewish
Yes.
people. This is
Yes.
something very important to understand.
Exactly.
Because the thing is that oftentimes you
Exactly.
will hear a very old scholar talk about Jewish people and criticizing the Jews, and Western world will say that, oh, look, he's anti-Semite. But that's not the case, because you have to understand the
Yeah.
historical
Yeah.
context.
You have to understand the context. Yeah. And it's the same thing in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, when someone accuses you of being a Yahud, it
Mhm.
means that you are being anti-Islam or you're behaving like a Zionist. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually, in fact, the term
Because the
Yahudi is
thing is that you can be
yeah.
Jewish and a Muslim at the same time. It's not
Exactly.
a race thing.
Exactly. It's nothing to do with race. It's more about because of the behavior of the Zionists themselves.
Exactly.
So it's a bit stereotypical, admittedly so, but it's not racial. It's not intended to be racial. It's more about the condemnation of the behavior rather than racial or racist. Okay, so it's the
Yeah.
same thing. I believe it's similar throughout the Muslim world. I'm not sure about Bangladesh, but I'm pretty sure in other places in the Muslim world this is the case as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Siddipur says P.S. Morgan falsely claimed that Humus's goal is to eradicate Jewish people in his
Hmm.
interview with Bassam Yusuf.
Yeah. Ask him to
Yeah,
read
yeah,
the
and
constitution.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I'm so
Yeah.
sick and tired of people just blaming Humus and saying that they're anti-Semitic. They want to eradicate as if like it's a given. When in reality, no, there's no evidence that they have anything against Jewish people, the whole race of Jewish people. That's just not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just false. I mean, why? I mean, just think about it logically. Like, why would a nationalist resistance movement care about some Jewish American living in America? Why would they care about that?
Exactly.
Their struggle is with the colonial project. That's what they're fighting against. They don't care about some Jewish person in America. They
Yeah.
have nothing against them. That's not the
Yes.
issue here. And they really said they have nothing against them. And yet these people are
Yeah.
constantly promoting this propaganda that they hate Jewish people, they hate Jewish people, because they have conflated Jewish person with Israel. This is very,
Exactly.
very disgusting because it seems like Jewish people have no say in this. When in reality, that's not a Jewish person is not the
Yeah.
same as Israel.
So what about people like Norman Finkelstein, like Ilan Pape, like
Yeah, yeah.
Noam Chomsky, like there's this doctor called Peter. I met him a few months ago. Peter, I forgot his name. He's also Jewish. These people, they are staunchly against Israel. They're staunchly pro-Palestinian, and they are Jewish.
Yeah.
What do you call them? They're anti themselves.
Yeah.
They're anti themselves. They are Jewish. Okay,
You
they're
know,
anti themselves.
what's
Doesn't make any
interesting
sense.
is that
Yeah.
because the Jewish lineage actually is very diverse. So it
Yeah.
could be the case that I might have some Jewish DNA in myself, right? Because it's a very diverse kind of like population. So even the Arabs that live in the area could have similarities in terms of their DNA with like Jewish people. So it's
I
very
wouldn't
hard
be
to just like
surprised.
say.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, by the Sydney football, you're from Palestine, right? It's possible that you may have Jewish DNA, right? It's not impossible because
Yeah.
when the Muslim armies under Khalif Umar when they came to the Levant and took over the region, the population obviously got assimilated into the Arab culture, intermarried,
Yeah.
and some of them reverted to Islam, and then remarried, and then of course, obviously, the peoples become mixed. So mixed with Arab and Jewish and Canaanite and all kind of races there. Because you keep in mind that before Islam came to the Levant, the main language was Aramaic. Okay, and when Islam came, when Arabic came to the Levant, the Levantine Arabic. If you look at the Levantine way of Arabic, the Amia of the Levant, it has very strong Aramaic influences. Okay, so this is an indication that the population there might have been Jewish. Okay, so it's not impossible to say that the Palestinians of today are actually related to the Jews by blood. They are Jewish actually. Some of them might have been Jewish. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if you want to play this kind of like race game, like it's very stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
something I would encourage like the
I mean,
pro-Palestinian
I
people
mean,
to
not,
not
I mean,
do.
not Jewish. Obviously, not Jewish in terms of religion, but Jewish in terms of blood and DNA. But they are Muslims. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
because the thing is that there are Muslim Jewish people. Like for example,
Yes.
there are
Yes.
people from the Salaf that were Jewish. So you have to be careful when
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
not mix
Exactly.
race with
Yeah.
like this criticism.
I have no problems with Jews when it comes to Jewish. I mean, come on, our prophets, the 24 of them. Sorry, not 24. From Ishaq right up until Isa alayhi salam, they were all Jews. Okay, so come on. I mean, Musa was definitely a Jew. Dawood and Sulaiman were definitely Jews. Right? Isa alayhi salam was definitely a Jew. Jesus alayhi salam was definitely a Jew. How can we be anti-Jewish, man? I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean
a
in the
large
Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala praises people of the book
yeah,
and both
yeah,
Christians and Jews. You know,
exactly, exactly.
so like
Yeah.
it's just anti-Islamic if you just straight up attack like Jewish people or
Yeah,
something
if
like
we
that.
if we if we if we start attacking the Jews and we start becoming racist towards the Jews, I think that's against Islam anyway. Yeah, to be
Mm,
racist.
mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Because remember what the Prophet said. The Prophet said that uh, do not take pride in your lineage because
Yes.
you come from Adam,
Yeah.
and Adam is from dust.
Yes.
In Islam, we
yes.
don't have this place of racial.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, we don't have racial supremacy in Islam. Okay, even
Yeah.
the Prophet said in his last khutbah, he said, "No Arab is superior than a non-Arab. No non-Arab is a superior than an Arab. So both all are
Yeah.
equal before the sight of God, except in terms of taqwa. That's it.
Exactly.
Okay. So I mean, this is the principle that we have been taught as Muslims right from the very beginning. So we don't have the concept of racism in Islam. All right.
Wasn't Isa, peace be upon him, a Levi? A Levite?
I don't understand this question. No, he's a Jew. Okay, we just say that. No, you don't have to be specific. Okay, yeah, he's a Jew. He's Banu Israel. Okay.
Banu Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. So anyway, the point is that what he said here, which is basically this whole idea that he's here to condemn hummus because they're anti-Semitic is false. Because hummus, as far as we understand it, they have nothing against Jewish people as a whole. They just have a problem with illegal settlers in their land. That's their issue. You could still take issues with that. You could still argue and say that, okay, we have been here for a very long period of time. Let us stay here. That's a different point. But you cannot accuse them of anti-Semitism. That's a false argument. That's a bad argument, And I'm actually kind of shocked that no one points this out. Not even Muslims. They act as like this is a given. Let's accept this premise. No, like you have to challenge this.
Yes.
Even with like Brother Muhammad Hijab, I think his interview was very good, but even he didn't condemn this because he should have. I guess why he didn't do is because there are legal implications in the West. He could get into legal trouble, so I could understand maybe that's why
he has to be careful with what he says. You see,
he's
not. I mean, the West. Ironically, our countries are actually much free and fair compared to the West when it comes to this kind of things. All right.
But it's a straw man. It's a straw man. You could still criticize, hummus based on other grounds, but this is not a fair criticism because it's actually based on a lie.
That's right. Yeah.
Wanting peace for Palestinians, that's not anti-Semitic. Questioning or criticizing the Israeli government or its leaders for their actions, that is not inherently anti-Semitic. That's an important dialogue that everyone concerned should be engaged in. But what happened Saturday was not motivated by a desire for land or freedom or any political agenda. It was about killing Jews.
No, it wasn't. Like they were not they also killed some Thai workers. I mean, again, like when it comes to like acts of violence, like sometimes it's impossible to tell like who is Jewish and who's not. Like imagine like they're also in the idea if they have people of other races, other types of like Jewish people. So like there's nothing inherently there. Like the thing is that if they wanted to kill all Jewish people, they would have killed all Jewish people, as much as they could. But they took hostages. And when those hostages were released,
exactly.
They said that they even said that the reason they're releasing them is because their health is deteriorating. And yet, if you look at some of the documents regarding how Palestinian prisoners are treated in the Israeli prison, it's horrifying. It's horrifying because sometimes they have children and they don't get out.
I don't think I even want to know. Yeah. I know. I understand.
I mean, there are videos and documents and documentaries which really shows the horrors that people goes through in these prisons, and they're often tortured, and sometimes they never get out. And let alone forget like health conditions. There are thousands of like Palestinians that are stuck in their prisons that will probably never see freedom. And yet here you have hummus releasing people for health reasons. So who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy here?
Exactly.
So it's all about perspective.
Yep.
Hamas, the perpetrators of that violence, Hamas has a singular mission, and they're not secretive about it. You can read Hamas's charter. It's online. You got to dig around, but you can find it online.
We just did.
We just did. Yeah.
That charter makes it clear. It's not about land. It's not about helping the people of Palestine live prosperous or happy lives.
Which chapter are you reading?
It is about killing Jews. These are not freedom fighters.
Okay, so basically what he's referring to is the
which chapter is he
1948
reading?
charter.
Oh,
So
Okay.
basically, I think in there, like there are some places that says that we're gonna kill the Jews. But then again, which Jews are they talking about? They're talking about the Zionist Jews. They're not talking about like some random Jew in America. They have nothing against them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they literally make it clear in the 2017 charter, which they renovated or like updated. They make it clear they have nothing against
Yeah.
Jewish people. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like also like the group has changed a lot, and so I don't know like whether this is always their policy or not. There's no evidence that justifies saying that they were anti-Semitic. This attack was anti-Semitic. Because
There
the thing is
isn't.
that
There
in
isn't
the
any.
past they had ceasefire agreements and they
Yeah.
uphold the ceasefire agreement.
Yeah.
Again, like if they wanted to simply like kill all like Jewish people, they could have done that. They could have just gone on like this crazy random killing spree in outside of like Palestine and whatnot. But
Yeah.
they didn't do that. So no, this is not about Jewish people. This is more about illegal settler colonies. And I mean, we already read the charter, right? We can go through it again, but whatever.
They're racist murderers.
Now, you know who is racist? he's,
Hmm.
he's talking about racism. That's funny.
That's funny, isn't it? Sweet coming from him, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you went to a country where Palestinians are not allowed to even visit it.
Hmm.
They're not even allowed to visit. You're talking about
Mhm.
racism. Funny.
Can't imagine.
The day of judgment will not come about until
Oh my God, this is
fight Jews and kill them.
Ah,
Then the
this,
Jews will hide
ah,
behind
this
rocks
hadith.
and
Oh
trees,
my
and the
God.
rocks
Oh
and
my
Okay.
trees will
God.
cry
All
out,
right,
"There's a
right. We
Jew
know about
hiding
this
behind me.
hadith.
Come and kill him."
Come
That
and
is
kill
a-
me, except for
That
the
is a
Garkot.
poorly translated but direct quote from the Hamas.
Oh, he left out the
charter,
Garkot
a
tree.
publicly stated goal of the murderers.
All right. Let's look at this
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Let's look at this
Garkot
hadith.
tree. Yeah, it's supposed to be eschatological, man. Oh my God. Why these people like to always quote this hadith whenever they're stuck? Hmm.
Yeah, we find the hadith.
Okay.
I think I have a bookmarked it here. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so here it's from Islamic Web. It's a fatwa site. They explain this hadith in detail. Here, someone asked the question: main text bear glad tidings to the Jews would be destroyed in the hands of Muslims in Palestine. Is this day near? What sign will it happen? Will it happen at the Mahdi? It's mentioned. It says that. So they quote the hadith. However, the text made no reference to Palestine itself. The hadith appears implies general rules.
Okay.
Actually, this is not the one I was looking for. Hold on.
We see the existing poster.
Okay, here we go. Okay, you can find this in Islamic QA. The authenticity of the hadith. Someone asked the question: is this hadith sahih, which says that there will come a day when Muslims will be victorious over the Jews, and the rock beneath which Jew is hiding will call out, "There is a Jew underneath. Come and kill him." Praise be Allah. It was narrated that Ibn Umar, peace be upon him, Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, said, "I heard the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, says, the Jews will fight you and you will prevail over them. Then a rock will say, 'Oh Muslims, here is a Jew behind me, come and kill him.'" It's narrated by Al-Bukhari, number 3953. It was also narrated by Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, said, "The Jews will fight you and you will prevail over them over a rock." until a rock says, "Oh Muslims, here's a Jew behind me. Come and kill him." Narrated by Al-Tirmidhi. Also said this is Hassan Sahih. And it was narrated by Ibn Omar. This is a longer version of the hadith. I heard the message of Allah, peace be upon him, says the Dajjal will come down to this pond at Makirat, Marikonat Valley in Medina, and most of those who go out to follow him will be omen, such that a man will go back to his wife, mother, daughter, and sister, the paternal uncle, and will tie them up lest they go out and join him. Then Allah will grant the Muslims victory over him, and they will kill him and his party until a Jew will hide beneath a tree or a rock, and the tree or rock will say, "Here, a Jew beneath me, come and kill him." This is also narrated by Ibn Majah, Abu Umar Halil, concerning Dajjal.
Yep.
So basically, the Jews that the hadith is referring to are basically followers of Dajjal. This is the followers of Antichrist.
The Antichrist.
This has nothing to do with Jewish people as a whole. So this is a complete misrepresentation of the hadith, and that's a lie. He just lied.
It is. It's just a propagandistic attempt to smear Islam with anti-Semitism.
Yeah. There are more fatwa sites that actually mentions this. So yeah, basically all the hadith there. We have some idea of bots here. One person watching, just stop doing YouTube. You don't have any influence.
Who cares? I mean, we're not doing this for influence. We're hoping that people, eventually come to this video and watch it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So,
sorry about taking so long. So basically, I'm looking this. So basically, you can look up this fatwa in regards to all of this. Like for example, this is another one where it basically clarifies the same hadith from Abu Umar, which also says the same thing, and killing a Dajjal. So this is referring to followers of Dajjal. You will catch up with him and Eastern Gate of Lat. And the Jew, Eastern Gate of Lat, and kill him, then Allah will defeat the Jews, and there will be nothing left that Allah has created, which the Jews will be able to hide behind. So these are followers of Dajjal. We're not talking about all Jews.
Okay.
And
by the way, how long is this going to take? Because I'm going to have to leave soon.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Sure. Let's end it. So that's a lie, and
Yeah.
That's been.
But this scene is asking about your age. Do you really want to reveal that to him?
Huh? What?
But the scene is asking your age.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you're actually close.
Especially by posts by people that I know, attempts at justifying the acts
Can
of
we
these
speed this up?
savages by equivocating.
Can we speed this up?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Activists, so-called activists, rushing to say that there are reasons why it's okay that those families were murdered, or people who can look at a video of a girl being pulled out of a truck with blood pouring from her pants after she's been gang raped and say all resistance is justified. My question is, like, on what grounds do you make such claims?
Okay, so he's basically making the claim that, there are like activists that say that, this is resistance fighters. Like, can you name me one revolution? Like, this guy have not read history, because if you know that almost all revolution throughout history has been violent.
Is he living in the United States, by the way?
Yeah.
So has he have not heard of the American Revolution where they fought against the British? Didn't they know that? Doesn't he know that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and etc. the freedom fighters were considered to be terrorists by the British during that time? He didn't know this. He didn't know this.
That, like, I showed you a video of Norman Finkelstein where he explains that there was a slave rebellion that happened, and many of those slave rebellions were very, very violent, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's one that happened where basically the slaves wanted to kill all white people. Now, that's insane.
Okay.
Now, when you hear that, it sounds insane. In India, during the Sipahi Revolution, which happened against the British, nearly 6,000 British people were killed. Again, 6,000 civilians. There were like hundreds of thousands of civilians were killed. Many women were, RAPET.
Yeah.
And, and yet, if you read Indian history, some of these leaders of these revolutionaries are seen as heroes. Now, of course, just because atrocities happen doesn't necessarily mean that the whole reason why the revolution happened itself is wrong. Sometimes you can have a wrong thing happening at the same time for a just cause. For example, any revolution, if you read about history, most revolutions are violent. There's no denying it. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of like Spartacus. He was another slave that rebelled against the Roman Empire. During his revolution, a lot of innocent people got killed. Now, of course, just because innocent people got killed, does that mean that his cause for revolution was wrong? Of course not. So, and that's the thing. When it comes to revolution, any revolution will be violent. This doesn't mean, or when it comes to freedom fighting, any kind of fighting or war will be violent. This doesn't mean that they're wrong, necessarily. Especially considering the fact that Israel is a military state. Anyone above 18, has to join the military. So by definition, they're not civilians. So, like, again, I'm not saying that this is justifiable, but you have to look at it in the context. Like, for 75 years, you're killing their children, you're oppressing them, you're kicking them out, you're destroying their homes. And just this year alone, you killed 37 of their children. And which government in the world would just stay there and let it happen? Imagine, like, which government? Like, if this was America, they would have nuked them. They would have destroyed, absolutely obliterated them. There wouldn't be any Israel if Israel did this to Americans. So this idea that because they have caused bloodshed, therefore they're wrong, is absolutely stupid. Because bloodshed has the only reason they fought back is because you've been killing them. Israel threw their first punch, and now they can take the backlash. They can't take the fight back. Now they're acting like the victim. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, what's going on? Okay.
Humanity. Can you not separate the desire for peace or land or whatever your goals might be from these heinous acts? Like, where do you have to go in your brain before you can stop seeing the murder of babies in their cribs as just that, murders of babies? And
there's no murders of babies in the cribs.
It is incomprehensible.
A lot of babies here. Babies.
The people who marched the day after the attack.
Yeah, that's why you guys kill like 1-year-olds, bomb 1-year-olds.
Yeah.
Holding up a sign that read, "By any means necessary." Really? Any means? Of course, there are innocent Palestinian victims out there who need support, who need a voice. But Hamas, the people who committed these barbaric acts, they're not serving those people. That's not their...
Really?
Please,
Because they tried
please,
peaceful. Like
please, man.
these people have no idea. These people, this
Oh
guy
my
like
God.
did not study history at all. Like in
I
2014.
think his understanding of Israel only began after October 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, from the way he's
It,
speaking, he seems to be totally clueless on how Israel
yeah,
was formed and how the Palestinians have suffered under
yeah.
Israeli
In in
occupation
in,
for 73 years. By the
in
way, 73
2015,
years.
in 2015, there's a protest that happened. It's called the March for Peace.
The Great March. I think it's the
The
Great March of
Great,
Return. The Gaza
great,
Great March of Return, right? Yeah,
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 not
yeah.
Britain, the Great March of Peace. During that, it was
Let me Google that.
orchestrated
Gaza.
by a poet.
Great
During
March.
that, no rockets were fired.
Yeah,
It was
Great
a
March
peaceful
of Return.
protest.
Yeah.
It was a peaceful protest. And guess what happened? They shot and killed like 300 people.
Yeah, I just posted the article in the private chat.
Yeah.
So it's called the Great March of Return.
Yeah. So basically, you can go to Wikipedia and search this.
Yeah, right.
And guess what happened? 300 people were killed. So
Yeah,
when the
they were shot.
Palestinians try,
They were shot. They were shot.
when the Palestinians try to make something peaceful or do something peaceful, you guys shoot at them. So what are they supposed to do?
Horrible.
I mean,
It's
like right
horrible, man.
now, before this happened, Gaza has a blockade, which basically doesn't let them. Israel doesn't let them get any food inside of the territory.
Yeah.
There is a blockade on sea. There's a blockade on air. There's a blockade on their roads. Like they have no way
It's
of getting
crazy,
any
man.
food.
It's
Like
crazy.
imagine if your child, like imagine if people blocked you in your own home and you have no way to get food. Like what would you do in this instant?
Exactly.
Would you go out there and fight, or would you just stay there and die?
Yeah.
Like on what planet
Yeah.
are they going to be okay with that? So like if you're going to make people starve, then of course you have to expect that they will retaliate. And by the way, Israel knows this very well. They've been provoking them over and over again. Israel has no desire to make peace. I mean, the day that they invaded Al-Aqsa Mosque, they knew full well they're waging war not only on the Palestinians but on the Muslims as a whole. They knew this, and they did it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes.
Because
yes.
why? Because they hate Arabs. They don't want them in their land. They want to take over as much Arab land as possible, as much Muslim
Yeah.
lands as possible.
Yeah.
So Israel doesn't want peace, and so
No,
if
they
you
never
add-
did. They never did. Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, they never did.
Exactly. They never wanted peace. So this whole idea that they're barbaric, this retaliation was evil and whatnot. I mean, look, as an armed conflict, they fought back because they're being pushed and punched and kicked over and over and over again.
Yes.
There were only so much a group of people will take this. This doesn't make them villains. This doesn't mean what they did was unjustified or justified. But this is a response. This is a correct response. There was no other options. They literally had no other options
Yes.
other than violent ones. So
I agree.
Their
I
goal.
agree. 100%
Their mission
agree.
is singular. It's to kill people because of who they are, because they're Jewish.
no, it's not.
Nothing to do with being
And look,
Jew.
I know a lot of folks are scared to speak up or speak out in support of their Jewish friends because it's a complicated situation. Nobody wants to say the wrong thing. But know that Jewish people, know that your Jewish friends, when they see scenes like this, that's a large group of people chanting "Gas the Jews."
Yeah, I also have videos of people saying
Glass-
"kill the Arabs."
Glass the juice. Glass the juice. Glass the juice. Glass
I
the
mean,
juice.
I
Okay.
can also show pictures, videos of like. Jewish
Let's
people.
glass the juice. Yeah. Let's put juice in the glass. Not juice, glass. Juice the glass. Okay. Glass the juice.
Yeah, let me share the screen. Yeah, they're chanting. This is Israeli settlers, by the way. I think it's in East Jerusalem. These are Israeli settlers. Look at what they're chanting. Go from here, go and die. I mean, I already showed this. They're chanting death to the Arabs openly. I mean, like he has no condemnation for this. He's okay with this. It's like they have their one eye blinded. They don't see. Islamic calling. Why don't you debate APOS? Why are you scared? Why doesn't APOS debate? I don't know. Farid response or like, why don't you respond to any of the videos I make? You know, I mean, I made like hundreds of videos on him. He didn't respond to any of them. So I'll tell him to respond to them. Then I'll consider. A good Arab is a dead Arab. Such nice people. You know, these are the people you should feel bad for. The Zionist settler scums. Should be feel bad for them. But these are the people that are in power right now. This is the right wing government. It's their rhetoric. This is what he's defending. That clapping, a good Arab is a dead Arab. Second Nakba is coming on his way. Look at how happy this guy is. Subhanallah, man. Look at this piece of shit. There's a problem about this dead.
I don't know what does this have to do with Islam even.
Your religion is rubbish, says the guy who's like.
I mean, the guy does believe that Moses died, right? So why does it matter if Muhammad died? So what's the difference anyway? I don't get it. I mean, you're not Christians, are you? I mean, Christians do believe that Jesus rose from the dead, but you as Jews,
Yeah, I think
you
they're
believe
confusing Christianity with like Islam.
I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, yeah, they're crazy. I mean, so who cares if the prophet has passed away? I mean, Moses died, so.
Now, look at this. They're chanting that your religion is rubbish. Really? Says the guy who like literally dresses like, I don't know, like a Halloween costume, and chants basically.
I have a racist Jewish joke. Do you mind if I say it? It's quite racist.
Actually,
It's funny, but
it's better.
It's funny, but it's racist. It's quite racist, but it's funny at the same time. It's not that bad, by the way. It's not that bad. You
Okay,
mind
go
if I
ahead.
say it?
Go ahead.
How do you pick up a Jewish girl?
How?
In a dustpan.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's a joke, all right? It's a disclaimer.
Racist.
I know it is, but it's also
condone
funny,
this.
right? I know, of course, I don't agree with it, but it's meant to be a
Anyway.
joke, all right? Okay,
Anyway,
okay, all right.
we don't condemn that. That's just joke. Ignore it.
Yeah, it's a
Anyway.
joke, okay? It's a joke, okay?
Anyway, so
Nothing more than
speaking of which, these are the people that believe that their race is so superior, you know, that they're the most superior race, and yet they're almost extinct now. There's like only 10 million Jewish people left. You know, that's what they believe. They believe their race is superior, and yet there are only 10 million of them. So it's kind of strange how that happened. It seems like their superiority is only about hating on other race of people. Mayor village burn. So yeah, and of course, like this guy, this Casey guy, has no problem with this. You know, it's just bizarre.
In Sydney, Australia, like 2 days ago, when they see scenes like that, what hurts Jewish people more than those scenes is when non-Jews are silent, when their peers are too afraid to speak out against that kind of blatant hatred.
Now again, of course, like you should not say these kind of things where you're just mocking a Jewish person or a black person. In Islam, that's not allowed. That is, of course, haram. But the thing is that why are you excusing, what Israel is doing, or why are you ignoring it? Like, the thing is that he showed no condemnation regarding what IDF has done. I literally showed names of children that were killed. He showed no compassion to them. He showed no condemnation. I mean, he went to visit Israel. They have a law that says that you cannot, marry or buy land. Non-Jewish people cannot buy land. Like, he cannot condemn that. Why don't you condemn that? Or why doesn't he condemn, the fact that 9,000 people were killed, like 10,000 people were killed, 11,000 now. So, like, this guy is clearly a hypocrite. He cannot bring himself to condemn Israel. He will go and visit there on magic trips, and yet, he's ready to condemn hummus the moment they do something. But doesn't look at the fact that Palestinians have been dying on a regular basis. Anyway, Brother Sydney says Piers Morgan will now come and ask Fahad to condemn MENJ for the.
I have a few more such jokes, but I'm not going to repeat here. Okay.
We're gonna get me in trouble, bro.
Maybe not. Maybe next time. Okay, maybe on my channel,
Yeah.
but not here. All right.
Yeah.
All right. These videos, I don't like making these videos. These are my least favorite kind of videos to make.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay.
And you know what? I'm glad that he lost these subscribers. Like he lost like 1 million people.
It
Just
seems
left.
that there are a lot of Muslims apparently or pro-Palestinians on this channel. It seems. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You should not follow this kind of people because he's so passive aggressive. You know, I mean, I understand if you feel bad for like, you know, what happened in October 7th, that is justified. Like no one likes seeing the people killed. But at the same time,
But,
if you have to put it in larger context and see how they've been killing their people and they're
Exactly.
completely silent on it, like no one, like think about it. Like Norman Finkelstein in an interview, he said that like people stopped caring about the Palestinians. Like, no one was buying his book even. So
Yeah.
at that point, like what can like Palestinians do to make the world notice what's happening there, and to give a strong blow against this like very powerful like illegal occupation? They can do nothing. There's no peaceful solution you can do to against Israel that will work. That has worked in the past or will work now. Nothing. So there has to be something that's dramatic or like extreme. So they took the only option they have left. Anyway, brother Sydney Football says, how many does he have after this drop? I'm not sure what you mean. But anyway, so yeah, I guess that was the video, and so basically to sum it up, basically this guy has no idea what he's talking about when he's quoting the Hadith. He doesn't know that this Hadith is in a larger context of of people following the Antichrist, and it's not talking about all Jewish people. I mean, if this was talking about all Jewish people, that wouldn't make sense because in the Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala himself, praises the Jewish people, or like people who have converted to Islam. That includes Jewish people, right? So it's just a bizarre take to like say that. And bro, why are you laughing?
Yeah, because I sent over that joke to a WhatsApp group. I want to see what's their response to it.
Oh. Yeah. So, Brother Sydney People says, what the Palestinians can do for people to care is paint their skin white, their eyes blue, and their hair blonde. You know what's interesting is that some Palestinians are actually blonde haired.
But
And
I
they
thought
do
that
have-
Palestinians are blonde haired, and you do have
They
blue
do have.
eyes. Because I do. I have met Palestinians who have blue eyes and green eyes too.
As a matter of
so-
fact, many Arabs do have like blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
This is because,
yeah,
like for example, Roman Empire and the Greek Empire ruled in that area for a long period
yes,
of time.
the
So that
Levant,
race
especially in the Levant,
Okay.
yeah.
mixed.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
races were mixed.
right.
So they do have
Yeah,
blonde hair.
yeah.
Like for example, I had Tamimi, I think her name is a girl. It's a little girl that one of her videos went viral where she was attacking like the Israeli settler. She has blonde hair, blonde hair and blue eyes. She looks like German. So yeah, So anyway, hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I think I have a imposter here.
You do have imposter in your channel,
Yeah, called Islamic calling. Aware of the troll mods.
huh? You didn't write that. I thought you did.
No.
Oh, just delete him then.
Got an imposter among us. Let me find him. Who is this? Who is this imposter? IDF troll. I think that's an IDF troll. I got him. Hold on. Where is this? Yeah. Channel. Oh my god! Yeah, that's an imposter. Got it. Remove. I remove myself. Anyway. So yeah, I guess that's about it. By the way, sorry about taking a pause in the middle of the stream. I was basically researching something. I should have come up with it before. But basically, you can find the fatwa. I will post it in the community tab if I can later on.
Right.
Where it gives a detail regarding the Hadith and explains it. Basically, the Hadith is about the end times, and basically, Antichrist will come, and
Yeah.
a lot of his followers will be Jewish.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that there's a video by Ibn Hussein. Are you familiar with brother Ibn Hussein?
Nope.
So
Never
basically,
heard of
he
him.
used to work on Sunnah discourse, where they criticize the Shia and Iranian regime.
Okay.
So they put out a video where they basically showed how ex-Muslims in Iran are basically supporting Israel over Palestine. They're mocking Palestinians. It's kind of
Okay.
disgusting. Basically, a lot of the murtads are now supporting Israel now because of this.
Not totally surprised. Maybe you can share that information with me in WhatsApp, okay? Later.
Yeah, sure. So it's interesting. It seems like the Hadith is actually becoming true because the Zionists and the ex-Muslims or the murtads are seeming to have teaming up, which
Okay.
could, and they could end up following the Dajjal. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine if a guy
Not
comes
surprised at
with
all.
just these amazing powers. Who are going to target? Who's going to be his targets? Yeah, it'll be these people. They'll think that, oh my God,
Exactly.
look at this guy.
Yes,
And
definitely.
this is why it makes sense. The Hadith makes sense. But
Yeah.
anyway, the point is that in the Hadith, as it says, it's only referring to the followers of Antichrist. It's not talking about all Jewish people.
Yeah.
And we know that because Allah SWT himself praises all believers, including Jewish believers, which there were many.
Mm.
So it's not anything against Jewish person. But anyway, and then
Nothing to
he
do with
says some,
race. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
and then he says some stupid stuff about look at what happened in October 7. And we know that, they only, like the Palestinians have a right to defend themselves.
Yeah.
They actually have a right to defend themselves. Israelis are not defending themselves. They threw the first punch.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
brother Sydney Football says, speaking of murtads, the Iraqi murtad in Sweden who burned the Quran multiple times will get deported when his visa expires in April. Amazing, alhamdulillah. That's amazing. He says he's extremely terrified now. I didn't know that. Is that true? Can you give me like a newspaper article regarding that? Maybe I can read. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is what you get. I mean, if you think that you can go into battle against Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, He's gonna humiliate you. You're not gonna win. All these people, all these Zionists, they think they have so much power. The day will come, inshallah, when they will be so humiliated that there will be nothing left of them. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, inshallah, will obliterate them. Inshallah, that day will come, and it will come soon. Just wait. Just be patient, guys, and trust me. When Imam Mahdi comes, like, these people won't find places to hide. Trust me on this, okay? But anyway, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring that day soon, inshallah. And the meantime, please pray and make dua for our Palestinian brothers and sisters. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for them.
Inshallah.
And also pray for our brothers and sisters who are putting up, some kind of fight or anything, whether it's online or doing protest or whatnot.
Yes.
And may Allah free Palestine. May Allah protect Al-Aqsa Mosque. And may Allah give strength to Arab leaders who have basically done nothing. May Allah give them strength to at least do something. And and if you guys can, please make donations to the Palestinians. A lot of people have died. Please make dua for them. May Allah grant them Jannah.
Amin.
And because the thing is that I haven't even read the whole list of people that died. There are a lot of children there. And I saw a post that kind of broke my heart.
Don't read it.
Post,
it's too depressing.
It's
too depressing.
Yeah, that post, it says that Jannah must be crowded right now. But it's true, because a lot of them that died are children. And we know that when a child dies, he goes to paradise. Muslim children, especially.
Automatically, automatic ticket. Yeah.
I mean, there are some disagreements about that, but yeah, in general, inshallah. So we'll see a lot of kids playing in the paradise, inshallah, and hopefully we'll see them. Inshallah. And so don't be upset regarding this. Oh my God, imposter came back.
Oh my God. Yeah, maybe you should block him or her. Can you block him?
Wait,
why is there imposter pretending to be you on your own channel? I don't get it. Is he gone?
Yeah.
Do you write that? Thank you everyone for watching and jazakallahu khair.
No.
Someone's really impersonating you, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I got rid of him.
I mean, the person even write jazakum khair.
Yeah. I banned myself.
You ban yourself. Okay, that's weird, man. That's weird. Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
It's
yeah,
very weird. It's
guys, as I
very weird.
said, make
Okay.
dua, inshallah, and pray for our brothers and sisters
Subhanallah.
in Palestine,
All right.
and do what you can. But trust me, this Zionist will not get away with this. Okay, as Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says in the Quran, the enemy, his enemy plans, but he also plans. So trust in him and be patient, inshallah. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and definitely
Yes.
go and subscribe to brother this way, brother
This
MENJ's
way.
channel.
This way as well. Yeah.
Definitely show him some
Subscribe
love.
to his channel.
By the way,
All
what's
right.
your next project?
At the moment, I don't actually have anything in mind except for the live streams that I've already queued up, right? And then other than that, there's nothing much on the plate. But I'm actually planning to shoot some videos because of my gout, so I couldn't do anything much. Let's see what happens in the coming weeks. I will try
Inshallah,
to.
inshallah. May also
I will try to shoot.
make you better,
some
inshallah.
videos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite better now, alhamdulillah. Right, so don't worry
Alhamdulillah.
about me. Worry about the Palestinians. I think the Palestinians are in a much worse situation than I am. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean,
I
my
mean-
gout is nothing compared to their suffering. Okay, they are suffering
Yeah.
10 times worse than I am.
Brother Sydney Fawaz says, come to Australia, inshallah, one day. I actually have family members that live in Australia, so I do plan on visiting
okay.
there.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. If you want to support me, you can support me by becoming a Patreon or becoming a member, YouTube member.
Yeah.
Of course, like, share, subscribe the video, share the video especially, and yeah, and inshallah, my next video will be regarding the history of Israel-Palestine conflict. It's a documentary series. I want to return to it because the next one is pretty interesting. It's about the Greeks and what happened between the Greeks and the Israelites. It's kind of interesting. So
Mhm.
basically, I'm not going to spoil anything, but basically they tried to bribe the Greeks, and it went south. It's kind of funny, but it's sad at the same time because like it ended up them being expelled. But yeah, like I said, like how I just don't like how these people try to make it seem like Israelites were just these victims. In reality, and it is true that they are victims, but they're victims of their own fault in many cases. I mean, they often
Okay.
just do something stupid and they get kicked out. They do something stupid, they get kicked out.
Mm.
Sometimes,
Mhm.
of course, it's not that simple. There are, of course, racially hatred towards them as well. But history is very complicated, and both sides have a legitimate reason for sometimes for doing what they did. But the Romans, the Greeks, these are not evil people that hated Jews or anything like that. They had their reason, and
Right.
they give their reason, especially their historians and whatnot. So that's why I'm gonna make the next video about that, and also like explain how it ties back to the current conflict. So I shall look out for that video, and also I want to do another video regarding the proofs of Islam, regarding what some evidence that proves that why the Quran is the word of God, inshallah. So look out for that.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah, okay, I guess that's about it. Again, if you guys like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So I'll see you guys next time. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
And